That controller can only mean one thing. We're playing the Atari 2600 Junior.
This channel is designed for adults viewing only, and certain videos will contain rated M for mature video games, featuring realistic violence, gore and suggestive themes. If you are not an adult, do not view the content on this channel.
Don't go anywhere, stay tuned. Get ready to take a trip down memory lane. Now, today's episode, we're going to be playing E.T. That's right, E.T., based off the actual E.T. movie that released quite a long time ago. This game was programmed by Howard Scott Warshaw, and it released in December 1982 for the holiday season. And it was definitely rushed. And it was not. This game was definitely rushed, but it was not Howard's fault. He had a deadline, a very, very short deadline, and many of the games were returned back to the stores that they were purchased from, and unsold copies were sent to landfills. And there's quite a few games that were sent to landfills, not only this game. And this game always takes the blame for the video game crash in 1983, even though there was much worse games than this. But this game had a lot of build around it, and there's a lot of people that definitely went out and bought this game during that time. Now, as you can see on the front of the cartridge, it looks like the cartridge is in pretty good shape. It probably hasn't been played that much. You have a nice graphic right there in the center with E.T. and Elliot. It does say use with joystick controller, 1982 Atari, all rights reserved. And right there on the top of the image, you have E.T. the Extraterrestrial. And right above that, you have a huge Atari logo with the 2600 on the right side. And Atari was definitely proud of this game when it first came out. But it definitely turned sour real quick. Now, at the end label, you can see E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Nothing really fancy. There is a serial or something right there on the label. That's 472D. That's pretty interesting. Look at that. The object of this game is you have to collect pieces of a telephone. And the pieces of the telephone are located in random pits, which you'll see in a second. And you also have to collect Reese's Pieces in order to restore energy, because in the movie they actually have Reese's Pieces throughout the whole movie, sponsored in the movie. Now, if you collect 9 Reese's Pieces, you have the ability to call Elliot, and he brings the final piece of the phone. So let's see if this game's really that bad. Let's pop E.T. into the Atari 2600 here, and let's check it out. And right on the first try, E.T. works with no problem whatsoever. Let's see if we can turn the sound level down a little bit. You can see right there on the title screen you have E.T. It's a pretty good Atari rendition of E.T. It's actually a pretty good title screen. You can see the game was copyrighted in 1982. And yeah, so let's start the game here. I mean, the actual music in the background is also pretty good also for Atari standards. Of course, it's debatable. It may make your ears bleed. Let's see if we can push the restart button right there. And we have E.T. landing from a spaceship in... Okay, maybe I have the wrong controller here. That's not the right controller. Hopefully this is it right here. Alright, I got the other controller, and we have E.T. And E.T. has to collect these little square dot looking things right here. Apparently those are Reese's Pieces. What the hell is that? I'm already getting harassed by that scientist guy. I believe that's a scientist. And I don't know exactly, I believe that's either a police officer or a detective or something like that. I'm not sure what that is, but they're actually pretty good looking character models with the clothing and all that stuff. They have a lot of detail. And here's another Reese's Pieces. You have to collect at least 7 or 8 of those to actually win each level, as far as I read. You can run if you hold down the red button. There's that guy again. What the hell is his problem? Get away from me. Hey, we found an object. So yeah, along the ways you have to also hunt for objects. And eventually at the top of the screen it does form an ET logo, or ET little thing right there on top. And of course right there it disappeared already. And we got another Reese's Pieces here, so far we got 3. And by all means I'm not good at this game at all, so forgive me. We're going to try to see if we can make it through a level. Now this game was definitely not the most popular game back in the day. Well, at first it was. It was a very, very popular holiday season item. And yeah, the game returned back to the stores as quick as the present was opened up. And I fell right back down the hole. What the hell is that? Let's see if we can get out of this hole right here. And I fell right back down the hole again. Yeah, so this game gets a lot of bad rep for being like one of the worst Atari games of all time, but and you know, if you want to be realistic about that accusation, there's probably a lot worse Atari 2600 games than this game right here. Sure, this game is probably not the greatest, but if you try to make sense of how you play the game and you know, all that stuff, it may not be the funnest game in the world, but at least it makes sense. To a certain extent. Maybe not. One thing that doesn't make sense to me is when you lift his head up and you pop into different areas. Like that. What the hell is that? What's going on here? It's like he immediately warps into a different portion of the level. So I don't get that at all. I'm a little confused on that part. Get off of me, you son of a bitch. It is possible that you can fight those guys off of you. Like this guy right here. Yeah, how you like that? Haha, you can't get me. He's warped into a different portion of the level. So yeah, you have to basically find stuff real quick. So there's nothing in this hole right here. We have to get out of this hole. And you see right here we found something. Let's see if we can find something else. Alright, so we have I'm not exactly sure what those symbols on the top of the screen also indicate. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they're supposed to help you out. I really don't know exactly what they do. I don't have the manual to the game. You guys probably know. So if you know what those up direction, left, right, all that, I just fell right back down the hole again. What the hell is that? Alright, let's see if we can go down here. Alright, we found something here. What the hell is this? I believe that this is a flower, if I'm not mistaken. Or something. Let me see here. Now that's actually quite impressive for the Atari 2600. You saw the actual flower blooming right there on the screen, and it had like a whole lot of detail to it for the Atari 2600. That was actually pretty damn good. That was impressive. I'll give the game to that. That was actually pretty cool. So the character models are impressive, and as you can see right there, the little score at the bottom of the screen is counting down every time you move. So we have like less than 4,000 points to go. Once that counts down lower and lower, you die. Basically, that's what happens. So you have a certain amount of points you have to use in order to find each object, or you know, you have to basically hunt for objects. If you find objects, well, you can probably gain more points. Let's see here. So there's absolutely nothing inside these holes right here. Occasionally you can actually get hints. There's nothing inside that hole either, and yeah. There's nothing inside that hole either, so yeah. Kind of a real pain in the ass game right here, because yeah, there's nothing in there either. Well, I believe this guy may be a scientist or a police officer. Let's see if we can walk this way. What's over here? Oh, we found something. I fell back down the same hole. And it looks like we're about to die. And the E.T. has died. He turned pale white. That's really, really disturbing. And I believe that character, the little boy, I believe his name is Elliot, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't watched the movie in a long time. I could be wrong. But, yeah, that was him. And surprisingly enough, they put a lot of detail on the characters. Except for E.T. E.T.'s just a green-looking alien, but the actual boy had the blue jeans and the red, white striped shirt. I mean, that actually looks like it came out of the movie. That was actually pretty good. So the programmer did an excellent job at that. That was actually great. This game was definitely rushed for the holiday season, so the programmer was given a certain amount of time to finish this game, and he probably could have done a lot more if, if he was allowed to, but for what it is, I mean, what he did here in a short amount of time, this is actually quite impressive. So we click that right there. Unfortunately, yeah, when this game came out, once again, it caused a whole lot of problems. There's a lot of people that was returning this game to the store. It got a bad press from the media, and it was ruled the video game crash. And there's a lot of games that I died. You can see right there. Look at that. Look at the detail on the boy. That's insane. So when ET spawns back, you actually get 1,500 points. Yeah, so once again, this was one of the games that was famously part of the video game crash. I really don't think that this game single-handedly was responsible for the crash. There's definitely a lot of bad games, but this game was what I consider mediocre. It wasn't exactly that bad, but there was a lot worse games that came out besides this game. This game's a bit frustrating and misleading. This is kind of hard telling what you're supposed to be doing, but that's about it. And that's E.T. on the Atari 2600. And don't forget to comment below and subscribe. And yeah, don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you want more episodes of Memory Lane. What the hell are you doing? Get off of me. On today's episode, we're playing Donkey Kong Jr. Donkey Kong Jr., I believe, came out in 1983, I believe. And it was ported to the Atari 2600 from Nintendo through Coleco. And of course, Coleco, much like the first Donkey Kong, it appears that they have purposely made their version for the ColecoVision look much prettier and nicer. And in a second, you'll see how the Atari 2600 version looks. But yeah, let's take a look at the cartridge here. And originally the cartridge did look slightly beat up. It wasn't too bad. I did get this from a game store over in Connecticut. And it's quite the interesting store because they have a lot of old school stuff going on in there. So I picked this game up and I did a repair on the label and everything. I made it look a little bit nicer. As you can see, this is before and this is after. And, there's nothing really fancy about this label whatsoever, except it has Coleco in big huge letters on the back, and it has a Donkey Kong Jr. logo on the front with a Nintendo logo right there. It does say video game cartridge for the Atari 2600 VCS. Yeah, nothing really fancy. So let's pop this game in and check it out. It's going to be Donkey Kong Jr. on the Atari 2600. Let's check this out. Alright, here we are playing Donkey Kong Jr. on the Atari 2600. And just pop the cartridge in, turn it on, and it works on the first try, as you see right there on top. This game is reverse of the concept of Donkey Kong. Instead of Donkey Kong being the bad guy, Mario is the bad guy. Look at his fat ass sitting up there on top. Look at that. He trapped and imprisoned Donkey Kong inside of a cage right up there. Let's play this game. Let's check it out. And that certainly does not sound like your typical Donkey Kong music. That sounds like Dracula music. What the hell? Is there a vampire nearby? Let's see if I can play this game here. I think I got the wrong remote control again. We have to use this one right here. As you can see, I believe I did hit the microphone. Alright, here we are. And what the hell is that? That's Donkey Kong. Look at the it looks like one of those I don't know what that is. It does not look like a Donkey Kong. Okay, I'm climbing up the rope. Oh my god. It's really, really fat. Look at the fat ass on that Donkey Kong. And that's supposed to be a Donkey Kong Jr., a little baby Donkey Kong. He kind of looks like he has a overbite like Homer Simpson. Kind of looks like one of those nuclear frogs from The Simpsons. Look at that. See if we can climb up. Oh my god, he died. And he fell right through the platform too. That's how fat ass he is. Alright, let's start over again. Let's see if we can make it up here without dying. Oh my god, what the hell is that? Is that supposed to be some sort of creature? He has a mouth. Get down. Oh, got lucky. Alright, let's see if we can make it through. This game is hard as hell. I was playing this. Oh my god. No! I was playing this on the live stream a while back ago, and it was a blast. It's pretty fun to play on the live stream. Let's try this one more time. Oh yeah, that's right. We have to push the little restart button here. I wonder if it's black and white. What the hell is that? When you put on black and white mode, this is what you get. What is that? Okay. Okay, that appears to brick the game. Let's turn it off and turn it back on for a second. Okay. Well, apparently, Donkey Kong Jr. doesn't like black and white mode. Let's blow it out for a second here, and what I'll probably do is take the air can to the cartridge slot, make sure there's no debris in there. Alright, let's try the black and white mode one more time just to make sure I'm not making this stuff up. Okay, so I put it on black and white mode this time and it did nothing, so I guess it doesn't do anything, but it reacted really, really strange the first time around for some reason. I'm not sure why it did that. Let's try this one more time here. Again, we got a really fat baby Donkey Kong Jr. right here. Let's see if we can hop across. We have to make our way all the way to the end right there. Let's see if we can, oh my god. Oh, I got lucky. And Mario is the bad guy in this game, which is quite weird. Oh, I did not die, thank god. Alright, so now we can... No. Oh! That is bullcrap. Alright, let's try this again. This game did receive a horrendous score or reception back in the day for some reason. I'm not sure why, but probably because of the graphics. Like Donkey Kong, just like in the first Donkey Kong game on the 2600, it looks like a really angry gingerbread man or something that does not look like a Kong whatsoever. I compared him to a Bobo from Double Dragon, like a really pissed off Bobo that ripped all his clothes off. He's wearing nothing whatsoever. And Donkey Kong Jr. looks like a little fat thing. Oh my god. I mean, that sort of looks like a monkey a little bit. But once he gets to the bottom, look how big fat... Look at his fat ass. Look at that. I mean, that's ridiculous. See if we can get down here and climb up the rope here. Let's see if we can actually beat this level. Oh, you son of a bitch! See, this game is hard. And of course that's that do-do-do-do-do-do-do. It sounds like you're playing Dracula on the Intellivision. Let's restart the game, or was it ColecoVision? I'm not sure. I mean, speaking of Coleco made this game. And I guarantee that the ColecoVision version probably looks a little bit nicer because, of course, Coleco did that on purpose. Of course, Coleco made Donkey Kong Jr. look like a really, really fat-looking little thing on the 2600 version. I wonder if the Intellivision had a version of this game and how that compares to, oh my god, what the hell? This is a real dangerous game right here. I have to climb up the rope. Oh, what the hell? These enemies are really sporadic. Like, there's no predicting on which way they're gonna go. So you have to be like real careful. Alright, so far we're doing good here. Yeah, you like that. Bam. Yeah, that little music at the end. I mean, the music's not bad. Alright, so in this level right here, you have to be careful not to get hit by what appears to be water drops or something, I guess. It looks like water. I don't know what the hell that is. I guess Donkey Kong Jr. doesn't like to bathe. He doesn't like to be near water whatsoever. Let's see if we can... Oh my god! That was close. I almost died. Alright, so we got 2 of them so far. We have to make sure we don't get hit by whatever that is right there. Alright, we're doing good so far. So if we make it to the top, we're almost there. Yeah, we won. This is the first time I ever beat that level. Alright, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing on this level. This is crazy. What the hell is that? Oh my god. Oh, what the hell was that? This game keeps getting harder and harder. No. Oh, I got hit again. This is hard. Oh, I see now. I have to climb over here. I kind of see what I'm supposed to do. I have to climb over this way. Get over there, damn it. Alright, so we're supposed to climb over this way. Oh, holy crap, this is hard level. Wow. Alright, let's see if we can make it over here again. The controls are okay in the game. It's not... Oh, you can't even get over to the side. How the hell? And of course it plays that damn music. And again, that's like the type of music you would hear in a vampire movie. Is Super Mario a vampire? And of course, when you restart the game, you don't start at the level that you're at. You have to start over at the beginning. What the hell? I mean, come on. So, yeah. That's Donkey Kong Jr. on the Atari 2600. It's definitely a... It's a fun game, I'll give it that. It's quite hard. Now, by all means, it's definitely fun to play. It's funny just to look at the character model. Look at that. That does not look like a Donkey Kong. It's a really, really fat ass. Look at that thing. He looks like a fat baby fetus or something. I have no idea what that is. He has the mouth of Homer Simpson. He has like a huge overbite. He's climbing up here. You can see wobbling his head back and forth. Look at that thing. And yeah, and that's Donkey Kong Jr. on the 2600. You can see I'm actually having quite a bit of fun playing this. If you find the game for cheap, why the hell not? I do recommend it. It's actually not the best version of the game, obviously. Probably one of the worst, but it's still fun to play. You can see here. Oh yeah, maybe I'm gonna. Yeah, I won. And yeah, if you enjoyed this episode of Memory Lane, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and comment down below. And let me know if you think that Coleco purposely made the Donkey Kong series horrible on the Atari 2600 and made their version of the ColecoVision look all pretty and stuff. It's a bit of a conspiracy I have going on. I definitely believe that they probably did that on purpose. Oh, what the hell is that? Now, in today's episode, we're playing Summer Games for the Atari 2600 Jr., developed by Epix. And this game released quite late in the Atari 2600 Jr.'s life cycle, or the 2600 that is. This game was originally released in 1984 for Commodore 64, and then it was ported to Atari 2600. Now, as you can see on the label, there's nothing really fancy about the label. It says Summer Games in big huge blue letters. It has Epix right there on the top. It says for the Atari 2600 and 7800 series and Sears Telegames video game arcades. So the game definitely came out when the 7800 was already out. It was a very, very late 2600 game. It was very, very, well, 87 is literally the 2600 was already 10 years old. Now, down at the bottom it says Atari 2600 trademark and 7800 trademark are trademarks of the Atari Inc. Sears Telegames and Video Game Arcade trademarks, all that stuff. And down at the bottom it does say 1987 Epics. It's probably one of the last games that released on the 2600. And on the end of the label it says Summer Games with the Epics logo. It's all blue. And the label does look a bit worn out. It has no tears in it. It does look like something might have spilled on it at one time. It looks kind of weird. Now this game features hurdle, swimming, skeet shooting, 100-yard dash, swimming relay, gymnastics, and rowing. So let's pop in Summer Games and let's have some fun in the sun with the Atari 2600 Junior. And right away we get a nice little title screen right there. Summer Games 1987. Epics. And again, 1987 is quite late for a game to release on the Atari 2600. That's, I mean, think about that for a second. That's like seeing a game on the NES released in 1997. That's insane. And right here we have to choose our countries, and the music that appeared in the beginning of the game was actually quite impressive for the Atari 2600. That was actually quite impressive. Let's pick USA. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's go down, finish that. So we got to do some hurdles here. Now look at those raster graphics right there. That looks amazing with the orange and red. That actually looks really, really good for Atari 2600 standards. Alright, we got USA. Let's see. What are we doing here? We're running. Oh shit. You gotta jump. So in order to jump the hurdles, you have to literally jump or push up on the joystick. And it's not the easiest thing in the world. I just broke my legs. What the hell? Jump. Get over that hurdle. So you have to hold the direction down on your joystick, and I am awful. This guy's gonna end up with broken legs by the time I get done. The guy on the bottom is already done. Oh my god. That was like, oh, that's it. Let's get an ambulance. We're gonna need a stretcher at the end of this hurdle race right here. So my guy probably has the most, like, he's running to the hills. He's probably quite embarrassed by how many hurdles he broke through. He freaking broke his legs. And look at him, he's standing, tapping his feet. Look at the detail on that. He's actually tapping his little feet on the ground right there. That's how embarrassed he is, how pissed off he is that I'm actually playing the game. And I made him trip over every single hurdle. Let's play the next game. This is USA. Alright, so we gotta go swimming. Excuse me. And let's see what we do here. So yeah, this game came out literally like probably a couple years after the NES console released. So this is definitely late to the game for the Atari 2600. So far I'm actually quite impressed by it though. It's actually quite impressive. I mean, the graphics and everything look actually nice on this game. And again, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I'm gonna be honest. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to rotate the joystick or hit a button. Looks like he's swimming a little bit faster. I'm just tapping whatever the hell I have on. There's not really many buttons on the joystick. There's only one button and one joystick, and that's it. So it can't be that hard. I did it in 42 seconds. That was pretty quick. Let's see here. USA. Now we got to play some skeet right here. Let's see what happens. Get over here. Oh. The controls on this are actually surprisingly pretty good. I'm using the standard joystick, by the way, so it's nothing really fancy here. The original Atari 2600 joystick. And it's actually surprisingly quite impressive with the controls. That'd be nice to have a light gun. I have to use an old CRT TV with the light gun. And again, man, I'm actually quite impressed by the graphics. They actually look quite nice for 2600 standards. And the sound effects are actually pretty good too. USA, we're doing a dash right here. Let's see what happens here. Oh, fault. Oh, I think I kind of ran out of turn. Go! Run, asshole. Hit the... Hear the joystick. Hit the... Pretty much... Make the joystick go left to right real fast. And this guy beat me. What a piece of crap. And again, my little guy up there is tapping his foot on the ground. Look at the detail on that. He's wearing a red shirt, black pants. He has a flesh tone head right there. You can actually make out that this is a guy that's wearing clothing and he's pissed off. So yeah, Epix, you did a pretty damn good job when it comes to graphics on the 2600. You actually push it to the limits. This actually looks pretty nice. The controls are not the greatest, but the graphics are very nice. I love the raster graphics right there. Look at that. That is very, very nice. If you look at that, you can see the little gold portion of the raster graphics at the very, very left end. Look at that. Then you have the... Oh, man. They did a great job. It's time for the relay. So this right here is the relay. It's basically the same thing as swimming, except you have probably multiple laps that you have to do. And honestly, I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing here. To swim faster, I'm not... Let's put it this way. My guy's probably going to drown eventually. Let's see if we can make it to the end. Come on, swim faster. He's already not making it. Oh my god. Look at this. No, wait, you have to admit, it definitely actually does look like a guy swimming. I mean, they did a really damn good job with the graphics. Alright, so now we have another guy right here that's jumping in. We have to do the same thing with this guy right here. There's probably 2 or 3 different laps. I read in the manual that you're supposed to push the red button at a certain time to make him swim faster, but I can't really get the hang of it. This is definitely not my portion of the game that I'm good at. I'm not really good at this portion at all. Nonetheless, it's actually pretty fun to play. It's frustrating. Well, let's put it this way. If you don't take the game too serious and you enjoyed the actual art and the graphics of the game, considering that it's on the 2600, it looks fantastic. Let's see if we can swim to the end right here. I believe this might be the last lap. It's definitely a great summertime game to play. Summer games on the Atari 2600. We're swimming right here in the swimming pool. I mean, who cares about having a real swimming pool when we can actually swim in your Atari 2600? Look at that. Cool off. I mean, look at that. Let's see if we can make it to the end here. Well, this guy's swimming a little bit faster. I'm not sure what the hell I'm doing any different, but he's doing pretty good. Yeah, look at that. I made it to the end without drowning. Now, if that was Pitfall, I would have been dead. Alright, so Now we have to, I believe, do some gymnastics. Oh yeah, this is not gonna be fun. Ooh, I don't know what I did there, but I did it. That was pretty cool. Rowing. Oh yeah, look at this. It's like paddle boats or something. Canoe. Let's check this crap out. Yeah, look at that. Look at the graphics. It actually looks very good. You can actually make out the guy in the canoe. And you can make out the little paddles and all that stuff. Look at that. That's actually quite impressive. Man, Epics, you did a great job with the graphics in this game. I mean, it looks awesome for Atari 2600. Let's put you this way. The game itself may not be the greatest, but man, I am a fan of the graphics. This definitely made the 2600 shine. Like, look at this. This came out in '87. Long after the 2600 existed, and it still looks fantastic. Look at that. Alright, let's see what's next. Alright, we get some music. And that's pretty much it. I don't think there's really anything else to it than that. You can actually pick a different country if you want. So if you pick UK. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, so basically it's the same exact thing over and over again, but it's a short game. It has great graphics. It's a nice little fun thing to play if you restart it here. Actually, let's go to the title screen real quick. It has the actual real Olympics music, and it sounds great. Listen to that. And that is awesome. Listen to that. And that would be, well, before we go here, let's see what this does. So the black and white doesn't do anything. Oh, and as you can see, you can actually skip through different games. So if you don't want to play through each game, you can choose whatever level you want. That's actually pretty cool. I'm quite sorry about the sight of my hairy arm right there. That looks like a jungle. But yeah, you can actually play through pretty much whatever you want. So if there's a specific game inside this game that you want to play, let's say if you want to play this one right here, you can play it and you can skip the other ones, which is pretty cool. I like that feature. So yeah, summer games on the Atari 2600 is probably not the most popular game. It came out way too late. But it definitely pushed the graphics to the limits on the 2600. It looked great. And the game wasn't too bad. There's not like a whole lot to it, but it's a fun little game to play. Definitely recommend it on the 2600. Now, stay tuned for our next episode of Memory Lane, and if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and comment down below. Now, in today's episode, we're playing Q*bert for the Atari 2600. And Q*bert released in 1983 for the Atari 2600. It was ported from the arcade version, which released in 1982. And as you can see here, this is the Atari Red Label version of Q*bert, and I guess there is also a Parker Brothers version. I guess the Red Label version may be slightly more rare. I'm not exactly sure how much more rare it is, but as you can see here, it has a red label and it has Q*bert right there in the center. It's really nice label art, as you can see right there. It's basically the same as the Parker Brother version, and down on the bottom it says 2600 version. 1983 Parker Brothers division of Kenner Parker's Toys, Q*bert trademark of Atari under sublicense from JVW Electronics. So I'm guessing that this game re-released in 1988. That was around when the 7800 existed. And up at the very top you see Atari 2600 video game cartridge, so there's nothing really too fancy there. And on the end label it says Q*bert Atari 2600. And there's nothing really fancy there, but they definitely wanted to make it very clear that this was the 2600 version of this game. So I'm pretty sure that this was this released like way after the 5200 and the 7800 existed. Now the whole concept of Q-Bird is that you control a little creature called Q-Bird, as you can see there on the label. You have to bounce across about 28 cubes or boxes, and you have to avoid enemies, because if you get hit by enemies, you die. Now, interestingly enough, this card right here is a gentleman that goes by the name George Lutz, and he happens to hold the highest score for Q-Bird for the arcade version, 37,163,080 points. That's a lot of points. And I actually met him personally. I got this card from him personally, from where I used to work, and he's from the New York area, and so am I. As you can see, that's what the back of the card looks like. It's a Twin Galaxy card. Only 260 cards exist. And the reason why I sparked up a conversation with this guy was because he was wearing an Activision shirt. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I'm a fan of Atari and Activision. I love River Raid. And that's when I found out that he was the highest score in Q-Bird. It's pretty awesome. So let's pop Q-Bird into the Atari 2600 Junior. Let's play Q-Bird on the Atari 2600. Of course, it doesn't want to work. This game has never given me any problems. As soon as I want to record, there we go. And we see we have Q-Bird on the Atari 2600 working. And we'll see if we can get the controller here. It's a little tangled up. I've gotta fix this mess I have. Alright, so there we have Q-Bird. And it looks just like Q-Bird, as you can see there. In a very Atari 2600 form. It's not quite as pretty as the arcade version, but it's passable. You gotta figure out which way to hold this controller. Now, immediately when you turn the game on, the game is already started, so you don't hit the restart button, unfortunately. You just have to immediately play as soon as you turn the game on. And I've streamed this game a couple of times on the live stream. And, yeah, this is Q-Bird. Look at this. It actually looks very impressive for the 2600. And you can see there, I already won. Let me see if I can see it right here. So you guys can see the controller right here. Still a little first-person view. Oh my god, he got me. What the hell is that? Oh, I jumped off. I killed myself. What the hell? Let's see if we can jump over here. Yeah, so those are those little creatures things you have to pretty much avoid. Now you can see there when you hit them, Q-Bird actually swears. He actually has that quotation, question marks, and all that. That's him swearing. He's really pissed off. You have to hold the controller like this, like diagonally diamond shape, I guess, with the button facing towards the top. So it makes it a lot easier to play. Oh, I'm getting my ass kicked. Now keep in mind that George Lutz scored 37 million points. Look at that. I can barely score a couple thousand points. Well, actually, no. I'm almost up to 4,000 points here. Oh, what the hell? And when it turns gray like that, that means you're pretty much in Schitt's Creek. You're game over. So now, what we have to do is start the game over. This time I'm going to zoom in right here. Let's try this out. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we're starting over. I wonder if there's black and white mode on this game. Nope. No black and white mode. Let's try not to die here. Oh! This is not the easiest game in the world. Although, it's quite fun. So let's see if we can avoid these enemies, because these enemies will... Damn! Look at that. Now there's also these little lines on the side of the screen over here. You can see it right there. You can actually jump on that. Just give you an example. There we go. I jumped on it. And the keyboard is flying all the way to the top of the pyramid. The keyboard pyramid. Alright, let's see if we can make it to the end here. I have no idea what the hell is going on. What the hell is that? Oh, I forgot. I have a few more boxes I have to jump on over here. Alright, so we're going on to the third level here. Hey, as each level progresses, it gets harder and harder. So you have to be like real careful. Which is quite obvious in most Atari games. You have to be prepared. You can see right there I advanced. There's not really too many bad things to say about this game. This game is actually pretty good. And for the 2600, this is fantastic. I scored 11,300 points. That's not really that good. That's the only bad thing I can say about this game is my score. My score sucks. Let's try it again. Now this was the Red Label version of the game, so this game released, I guess it re-released in 1988. According to what I see on the label, that's what the copyright says. I'm not exactly certain exactly when most of these games were released. I have to do a lot of research to try to figure that out. I guess it originally released in '83 for the Parker Brothers version of the game. Which the cartridge looks slightly different mold. But yeah, this specific version of the game came out when the 7800 already existed, so they made it pretty blatant on the label, like huge letters that this is the 2600 version. They wanted to make sure that you really know that you're getting the 2600 version of this game. I'm not even sure if there is a 7800 version of the game, or 5200. There probably is. I wouldn't doubt it. The game is quite popular. And I must say that, despite the graphics, I mean, the 2600 version holds up quite well. And to be honest, the controller handles quite well in this game. You just hold it just like that, and it holds up quite well. I know a lot of Atari 2600 gamers nowadays use the Sega Genesis controller, which that's good. But I think this game probably plays better on the original controller, because you can actually hold it like it's a cube. Bam! How do you like that? I believe that we are on what is this? Oh yeah, on this specific level right here, you have to jump on the boxes more than once, like twice. They have like several different shades of green. Or yellow to green, you have to make sure they all turn green. So yeah, the level is getting harder. Oh, what the hell? I have not said what the hell is that yet, but I'm about to say it. I mean, this game is quite the treat on the 2600. What the hell is that? Alright, let's see if we can, Oh, we're starting over at the beginning. Oh, yeah, now I can say what the hell is that. What the hell? Damn, I was at I believe the 4th level. Yeah, so this is definitely I don't know if you would consider it a hidden gem or not, but it's definitely a plus for the Atari 2600. It's a pretty awesome game. It's a must-have. It's not really too expensive to get hold of either. If you get the Parker Brothers version, it's like maybe $3 or $4. I got the Red Label version in the batch of games that I originally got, which consisted of probably like 60 or 70 games. It was a lot of games, so I really had no idea half the games I had. I just went through them all, and this happened to be one of the games that was in the batch. And there is still a few more games to come. I'm trying to collect all the Sega Atari 2600 games. And I recently got my hand on, as of this morning, Spy Hunter And I had to negotiate for that game because that game goes for a lot of freaking money. So I got the price knocked down quite a bit. So we'll see what happens there. I just have to wait for it to come in, do a little bit of a cleanup on it. And then eventually, once I get hold of all the Sega games, I'm going to be doing an unboxing episode on all of those games all together. Oh, what the hell was that? I killed myself. Alright, so yeah, this is Q-Bird on the Atari 2600. And I'm playing this on the 2600 Junior. If you enjoyed this episode of 2600, if you enjoyed this episode of Memory Lane, sorry about that, I just had a brain fart. Please give a thumbs up and don't forget to comment down below. And my mind's a little wrapped up in Q-Bird right now, can't even talk. And yeah, I'm gonna continue playing this for quite a while here, and stay tuned for the next episode of Memory Lane, because I'm having a little bit too much fun playing this, and I gotta focus. And on today's episode, we're playing Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah, Kool-Aid Man for the Atari 2600 Junior. And Kool-Aid Man was released in 1983 on the Atari 2600. It's published by Mattel. Mattel is actually known for making some pretty decent games on the Atari 2600 Junior, but how could Kool-Aid Man be a decent game? I mean, you definitely tell that Mattel cartridges weren't really that fancy at all. They actually cut back on the plastic, and the actual art on the cartridges were absent. There wasn't no art whatsoever. And in fact, the only thing that you had on the cartridge was the end label. As you can see right here, it says Kool-Aid Man. It's a pretty cool looking logo right there. Now, this is obviously a product placement video game designed to advertise Kool-Aid. And the Kool-Aid Man was the mascot of Kool-Aid and still is. And how could this game be any good? There's very, very few good product placement games, if there is any at all. Now, one thing that was really, really interesting about this game was not only did it advertise Kool-Aid, but if you actually purchased a lot of Kool-Aid back in the day, and you cut out the little proof of purchase box where the actual barcode is, if you had 125 of those, you could actually mail it in and get a free copy of this game. And that's pretty awesome. You don't even have to pay for the game. Just buy a lot of Kool-Aid, drink a lot of Kool-Aid, and you get the game for free. And you know what? If you're a fan of Kool-Aid, what the hell? And you had an Atari 2600, then it's a big win for you. And you know, what could go wrong? This is a Mattel game. I mean, chances are the game's probably not that bad, because Mattel actually makes pretty good games. So let's pop in Kool-Aid Man, and let's check this out. Alright, so you can see right there on the first try, oh yeah! The Kool-Aid Man game works. Quite the interesting looking game right here, and right away we get like... Alright, I guess we got thrown right into the game. And let me see here. First I can see in this game, you have to stop. Well, as far as I can see in the game, you have to stop these little creatures right here from drinking the Kool-Aid down at the bottom of the screen. And you can see right there they have like little straws that pop out at the bottom of their bodies, and they suck up all the Kool-Aid. You have to try not to get hit by all these other creatures. And this game was a Mattel game, and I guess General Foods paid to have this game made. It was definitely a huge product placement game. And you would figure that a product placement game like this would be awful, but I mean, it turns out that the game is actually not that bad. It has quite this, you know, simple arcade formula for, you know, back in the day. This simple task, nothing really fancy. I mean, the graphics, there's a lot of on-screen movement going on. There's a lot of characters, different colors, all kinds of stuff going on here. And it looks like the little straws that pop out of the creatures. And oh my god, look at Kool-Aid Man, he's huge. Look at that. I mean, look at the raster graphics coming out of the actual creatures themselves. Looks like I might have died here. What the hell? Yeah, I died, so I got 5,300 points. I wonder if they had a special prize like those Activision games where you could actually win a pack of Kool-Aid or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. Wonder if you bought the game if you got a coupon to get Kool-Aid. Let's restart the game. This is the best part of the game right here. Watch this. He busts right through the wall. Bam! Oh yeah. Kool-Aid man. It's ridiculous. Alright, so let's stop these creatures from drinking my Kool-Aid. Yeah, take that, you son of a bitch. Yeah. You ain't drinking my Kool-Aid. See what kind of high score we can get here. I actually find this game to be pretty good. It's actually not bad at all. I must say, it's probably one of my favorite Atari 2600 games. It's not bad. I think it's pretty good. And I like Kool-Aid. I think Kool-Aid tastes pretty good. Get over here. Alright, so down below, I want you to tell me what's your favorite flavor of Kool-Aid. I know there's gotta be a favorite flavor. I think fruit punch probably tastes the best. Let's see if we can stop all these Kool-Aid stealers. They're stealing all my Kool-Aid. So yeah, you just have to stop all those creatures from drinking your Kool-Aid. It's actually a very simple game, nothing really fancy about it. And then you see I'm at 10,000 points. You have to try not to get hit by these creatures also, because there's a whole bunch of them that come flying from all different sides of the screen. And it's quite difficult at times. You see right here I'm using the standard Atari 2600 controller. I would imagine that if you're using like a Sega controller, it's probably easier. But for me, this is actually quite playable. It's actually not bad. The controls are pretty good. You can see I'm at 13,000 points. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm at 15,000 points. Look at that. 16,000 points. Alright, these creatures are getting faster, so as you play the game, they get faster and faster. It gets a little bit more challenging. You have to be careful not to get hit. Oh, what the hell? Oh my god. When you get hit, it's like your Kool-Aid pitcher, which that's what that is. It turns into like a pinball effect. Okay, it gets getting tossed around the screen by all the creatures. Oh my god, look at that. And when it turns all black like that, that black background, that means that you pretty much got a game over. Which that sucks. So as you can see here, we're going full screen because my digital camera decided to die on me, unfortunately. So we're going full screen right here. No more memory vision double screen for the moment. So yeah, as you can see here, this is Kool-Aid Man. Let's do the full screen Kool-Aid Man here, busting through the wall. Oh yeah, look at that. That's probably the most awesome beginning to an Atari 2600 game ever. You can actually have a full motion Kool-Aid Man busting straight through the wall. I mean, that's impressive. Let's try this one more time. See, I actually enjoy this game. I actually really like this game. It's not really much to say about this game in terms of it being bad at all. I honestly think it's pretty good. I mean, who the hell would even imagine a Kool-Aid game being good? But yeah, it's actually pretty good. And yeah, this game was made by Mattel. And Mattel was quite famous for making pretty good games. So they took a game that was probably had very little going for it, because it was nothing but a product placement game to advertise Kool-Aid, and they actually turned it into something actually pretty good. So hats off to Mattel, man. They did a pretty good job, in my opinion. There's not too many companies that can take a product placement game and actually make it good, but they did a pretty good job. And that's Kool-Aid Man on the Atari 2600. It's actually pretty fun here. I'm going to continue playing it. And if you enjoyed this episode of Memory Lane, don't forget to comment down below and give me a thumbs up. And yeah, drink some Kool-Aid. Don't forget to write down below what your favorite flavor Kool-Aid is. Just right now we're playing Kool-Aid Man. It's a pretty cool game. Not bad at all. Who would have ever thought this would be a pretty good game? It's quite interesting. We bought a few more games on from eBay. Let's see what we got here. Let's see here, we have a handful of games. There's two games in particular that I want to get hold of. And then the rest of the games, I mean, look at this. Shrink wrap. Look at this. Alright, I believe we're getting to the games here. And we're almost here. Let's see, we're almost here. Oh, I gotta keep on wrapping. This goes on for quite a long time. Alright, I think we finally made it to the end right there. So I got a Sequest. Now this game, I already have this game, but this cartridge is actually in better shape than the one I have. The one I have actually, I believe it looks like someone took a piss on it. This one looks quite a bit better. So this is a repeat, but I don't have this. Miniature Golf. I'm not sure if I have this game. I should bring up my list. But I know there's probably 10 games here. I think there's like 8 of them that I don't have. This is probably not that common. Well, actually no, this is probably a common game. It's probably, you can probably find it cheap. There's nothing really special about it, I don't think. Now this is one game that I really wanted. Winter Games. And the reason why I wanted this game is because I already have California games and it's actually very fun to play. So I wanted to get the other two Epic's games. There's Winter Games and there's another one. Skiing by Activision. This is another Activision game that I don't think I had this game before. So it's a nice addition. I have to check this game out. Got quite a few sports games in this bundle. We got Activision Boxing, which I don't know for sure if I had this game, but it's nice to have. It's another Activision game. Check that out. We got MASH. It's a 20th Century Fox game. I believe that this might be the first 20th Century Fox game that I actually own. I don't think I had one of these before. Look at that. It's a really cool 20th Century Fox logo right there. That's actually pretty awesome. I might start collecting these eventually. I'm trying to collect all the Sega 2600 games, which I'll show you guys eventually once I get hold of those, because I have a few of those coming. Got a few more to get. But that's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that this game goes for probably $5 to $10. Dodge 'em. I'm pretty sure I have this already. This is a pretty common game. This cartridge is in pretty good shape, so I'll definitely hold on to it if it's a repeat. It's in good shape. Look at it. We got some more Activision sports games. Tennis. I believe I did not have this before. It's in really good shape. Check that out. It says use with the joystick controller. It's a little blemish right there on the label. At least it doesn't have BS written on it, like the other batch of games I got. So far, these are in pretty good shape. And then we have ice hockey. I'm not exactly sure if I have this one. I think I probably don't have it. It's nice to have some extra Activision games. So ice hockey right there. The label does look a little dirty, to say the least, but could be cleaned a little bit. There's probably not a whole lot we can do about the label, but we'll check that out in the future. Then we got California games. So what is the other Olympic game? I think I have Olympic games or something like that. Hold on one second. Let me go grab it real quick. So this is California games. Check that out. Summer games. Okay. So we got summer games. I already had this before. So now we have California games. And where's the other one at? I already lost it. Are you kidding me? And winter games. Now I have all three of them. Summer games, unfortunately, the label's a little weathered, to say the least. But I think all three of these games came out like pretty late in the Atari 2600's lifespan. It came out like 87, I think. And, this game, it's actually pretty fun. And I think it pushed the 2600 to, not to its limits, but it definitely took advantage of the hardware. The graphics actually look quite nice. So I'm interested to check these two out. And I'll probably do that eventually in the future. And these were the only two games I wanted, so I figured I might as well buy all the rest of the games along with it. So I had probably about 6 of those games I did not have, including these two right here. Well, that would be 8 total. There's about 2 of them that I already did have, so there's 2 repeats. So yeah, check that out. I'm not sure if there's any more sports games or Olympic-style games for the 2600 made by Epix or another developer for that matter, but yeah, these are pretty cool. I'm going to check these out eventually. And that's the unboxing for the 2600 for today. I will probably collect a little bit more as time goes by. Right now I have a lot of stuff. I'm trying to keep up with it because I'm trying to record all this stuff. So we'll leave it at that. If you want to see more episodes of Memory Lane, don't forget to comment down below and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and you know, all that stuff. So we love Atari, and Atari's awesome. And on today's episode, we're playing Gorf, released in 1981 by Midway, or CBS Video Games. And Gorf stands for Galactic Orbiting Robot Force. And as you can see right here, this is one of the earlier 2600 games, and the front label, there's nothing really fancy about it whatsoever. It's nothing but a bunch of words. You do have a little image of the Atari 2600 controller right there. And it does appear that you have 4 missions, and supposedly each mission is a different game completely. So you have Astro Battles, which is a Space Invaders clone. Laser Attack, which I'm not exactly sure what that game is. I never actually tried that. Space Warp, same thing. I never tried that one. And Flagship. And in the arcade version, there was also a 5th mission called Galaxian, which was a Galaxian clone, and that was left out of the console version of the game due to copyright issues. You have the copyright 1981 Bailey Midway, and it is a CBS video game cartridge, but it was definitely a Midway game. And these cartridges right here were, instead of black, they were gray. I believe these cartridges had the same exact molding as your standard 2600 black cartridges, except it was just a gray color instead, so there's nothing really fancy about this at all. So let's pop in Gorf and let's try it out. We'll see how hard this game is. So you can see right there on the first try, Gorf works perfectly fine. And yeah, this is the first mode in the game right here, basically like a Space Invader clone. Let me see if I can turn the sound down a little bit, so I know it's going to be a little bit loud. Alright, so as you can see here, it definitely looks very much like Space Invader. Look at this. It's basically the same as Space Invader. I mean, look at this. Pretty sure that Namco, I believe Space Invaders was made by Namco. They probably weren't too happy about that. Yeah! That was, what the hell? That was, pretty close. What the hell is that? And then it automatically gets much harder real quick. Like, holy crap. Oh my god. Yeah! Made it to the 3rd level, somehow. Holy crap. What is that thing? Oh, everything blew up and the whole screen turned to white. It's a very huge, bright explosion. And this, I don't know what this is. This spacecraft has some sort of depth where it's coming from the background to the foreground. So they kind of make it have that illusion like it's flying from way, way out and it's coming in forward. That's actually pretty cool. Let's see if we can kill this thing. And this game came out in 1981. And for, you know, a game that came out, what, 37 years ago? It's hard to believe that this is 37 years old, but yeah. For a game that came out that long ago, yeah, this is actually pretty good. So far. And the first time I played this game, it was definitely very, very difficult. And it still is. I'm doing a little bit better than what I did at the time. And I think I just got killed. What the hell? I got killed again? Yeah, so this is mode 1. It's basically a Space Invader clone. I believe I died. So let's try mode 2. Okay. How the hell do you change modes in this game? So if you turn it off, turn it back on. Honestly, I have no idea. The mode change is not working for me. But maybe it's just a mission. Maybe once you get past this level, you're automatically on mission 2. And mission 2 is quite a bit different than the first one here. Space Invaders took off. Maybe that's what they mean. So you have to, one by one, systematically beat each level. And I lost right there. And maybe this right here is this. Is the second. Oh. Man, this is not easy. Okay, so I'm assuming that this is either the second mission or the third mission. I have no idea what the hell's going on, to be honest. Yeah, but this is the Gorf on the Atari 2600, and it's definitely a shooter. There's not too many shooters that I'm actually good at. The only one that I'm halfway decent at is River Raid. And as you can see here, I'm using the Atari 2600 standard controller. You see here, move back and forth. And this particular portion of the game is not easy, to say the least. Supposedly the arcade version of this game had speech synthesizer, some speech chip in it, where it actually spoke to you like a robot, which is quite interesting. But on the Atari 2600 version, I don't think it's capable of doing that. But it's still, for Atari standards, for the 2600 standards, it's still pretty good. And right here we start over, Space Invaders. You pretty much think of this as Space Invaders. It's basically what this is right here. So, and immediately once you get past this portion of the game, it changes drastically. Alright. Oh, there's like 2 guys left over there. What the heck? Oh, what the hell? I got shot. So you can see this portion of the game right here is Not the typical Space Invader type thing that we had going on in the first portion. Yeah, these guys flying at you and trying to kill you. I'm pretty sure they got that from something. And I did real quick. I only have 1,000 points. So yeah, this is Gorf on the Atari 2600. It's not too bad. It's a basic shooter. I'm pretty sure there wasn't. Oh, there was probably a handful of shooters on the Atari 2600, but this came out in '81, so you know, back in '81, I'm pretty sure there wasn't like a whole lot of stuff available yet. So, handful of games, but I think '82 and '83 is when the Atari 2600 saw like a huge influx of games. So I would imagine that, yeah, this game was probably a decent treat to have back in the day. It was pretty much something like what you would see in an arcade. And I must say that if you look at the actual spaceship right here, the spaceship that you control, it has quite a bit of detail on it for 2600 standards. I can actually see at least 2 different shades of blue pixels, and the same thing with the gold, yellow-looking pixels. There's at least 2 different shades of yellow, and the back end of it's red, which I'm assuming that's supposed to be fire. Possibly, I'm not sure, but that actually has some pretty decent detail on it. So you have to give credit where credit's due. The graphics on the actual spaceship that you control actually looks quite impressive. It almost has the detail like from an 8-bit game almost, which I'm not sure if you can call the 2600 an 8-bit console. It's probably 4-bit. One more, yeah, take that, you son of a bitch. Alright. And this is where things get crazy real quick, so you have to be real careful. Oh, I ran into it. What the hell was that? So that's what we're missing in this episode. What the hell was that? Alright, let's see if we can play this right here. I'm not a big fan of shooters, but yeah, this is actually not bad. It's okay. Gorf is actually an okay game. So we made it to the, I believe, the 3rd stage here. And then at the 3rd stage, we have, instead of enemy flying back and forth, we have an enemy flying from the background towards you. It's quite interesting. Now, if I can make it past this stage, we can see what the 4th one looks like, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it that far. It's like, it gets hard quite easily. I mean, not easily, but you know what I mean. It gets very, very hard. Yeah, as you can see, it knocked me to the 1st level. But as I mentioned before, the game gets very, very hard, very, very quick. So yeah, this is Gorf. If you enjoyed this episode of Memory Lane, don't forget to comment down below. And yeah, don't forget to give a thumbs up if you wish to see some more Atari videos and Memory Lane videos. And pretty soon you'll be seeing some NES Memory Lanes eventually in the future. Come over here, you son of a bitch. Yeah, take that. And on today's episode, we're playing Venture for the Atari 2600. And Venture was originally developed by Exidy for the arcade back in 1981. Then Coleco gained the privilege to port the game over to various different consoles. And as far as I know, this game released in 1982 on the 2600. Now, it was also a launch title for the ColecoVision. And upon doing research, there's a lot of people that say that the ColecoVision looks amazing, looks better. And I'm not really surprised by that, because Coleco usually has a bad rep of purposely making 2600 and television games look bad, just to make their own console look better. So, it seems like the pattern so far. So as you can see on the front label, you have Venture. It's a nice little fancy logo right there. It looks like a snake wrapped around the actual logo. You have a black background, just like all Coleco games on the Atari. Now, the label is actually in pretty good shape. You do have the Exidy logo down below, and the wording down below, it says video game cartridge for use with the Atari 2600 VCS. This is Venture, trademark of Exidy, Incorporated, 1981, which is when the game originally released. Trademark of Atari. Coleco right there. Coleco always has to put their name on everything. Look at that. Then on the end label, I mean, just like all Coleco games on the Atari, the end label is a joke because you have the Venture logo over to the right. It's pretty small. It's not that big at all. Then over on the left side, you have a huge Coleco logo, and it's nearly as big as the actual game logo itself. I mean, look at that. That is ridiculous. Then on the back of the cartridge, just as you would expect, you have a huge Coleco logo right there in the back. So as soon as you pop the game into your Atari 2600, you're forced to look at a huge Coleco logo because the cartridges do face the other direction, unfortunately. So the whole goal of this game right here is to collect treasure from a dungeon. So you have to kill monster creatures along the ways as well. Apparently there's also a creature similar to the Evil Odo from Berserk. So this game kind of resembles Berserk to a certain extent. So let's pop in Venture, a Coleco game. Let's not get our hopes up. Let's pop in Venture into the Atari 2600 and let's try it out. You see here, right on the first try, Venture works perfectly fine. And, probably cleaned it a while ago. I haven't cleaned it recently, but it works. Right away, you have these creatures on the screen right here. It kind of looks like Pac-Man Ghost. I'm going to be using the old Atari 2600 joystick controller right here. You can see there, check that out. Let's see if we can restart the game here and try to figure this out. Holy crap, what am I doing? What the hell was that? Okay, so I never played the game before, so I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but apparently you are that little teeny small dot on the screen right there. And you have to walk into the little room right here, I guess. And my character looks literally like a meatball. That's what he looks like. I mean, look at that. I believe this is a treasure. Yeah, so we got a treasure right there. And these are the monster creatures we have to kill. And that right there is the Evo Oto ripoff. And holy crap, let's get out of here. Are you able to go back in? No, I guess not. Holy crap. Oh my god, that thing came close. So let's see if we can walk into this area right here. You have to be like real careful where you go. Okay, so... Oh, I got hit by whatever that is right there. It looks like it appears to be a wall. So yeah, we have to try to... Okay, so I guess this area right here we already cleared out, so we don't have to worry about that. So now we have to focus on the top area right here. And apparently those walls you have to be real careful with, because if you get hit by those, you die. Just like a little diamond right there. Let's get that. Okay, so we got a diamond. We have to get the hell out of here before that Evo Odo ripoff kills us, and now we got killed. Oh, that's a nice try. Let's try it again. Get away from me. Just in case you guys don't know what Evo Odo is, it's the smiley face from the other game that... the hell's that game? Down below, let me know what game that comes from. So I'm having a brain fart at the moment playing this. This is definitely scarier than... Oh my god, it got me. Alright, so I believe I got a game over. See, I can probably tell you what game that comes from because I have it right here. Pretty sure I have it in here. Berserk. Okay. Evil Odo comes from the game Berserk. Alright, so yeah, I had a brain fart. Let's go to this side. See what we have in here. So supposedly your character has a bow and arrow, so that, you know, that big fat meatball looking thing right there, that's actually me right there. Apparently I have a bow and arrow. What the hell? I killed him. That's not right. So wait, if you kill them, you actually walk over their dead body, you actually die. That doesn't make sense. Alright, so we killed those two guys right there, or monster creatures. Alright, so now we have to get the treasure right here. Well, it does appear to be like a treasure chest looking thing. It's like open up. Looks pretty cool. And now we have to get the hell out of here because that thing is coming after us. Oh my god. Oh my god. I should have went out that exit over there. What the hell was I thinking? I was trying to go over to the other side. I fucked up. Yeah, so upon reading about this game, apparently the, I missed. Apparently the ColecoVision version of this game has more detail, or, you know, apparently those who played the ColecoVision version of the game claims that it looks a lot better, but you know, that's like standard for Coleco games. Any game that was ported by Coleco, but they purposely made their console have the better version of the game. Which kind of sucks, but it's a dirty tactic on their part. Oh my god. Okay, so my suggestion is probably to get the treasure. Maybe not kill the monsters, because that thing will get you in the... There's no escaping. So yeah, this is very, very similar to Berserk on the 2600. Let's see what's in this room up here. This room does appear to be a little bit darker. Have to be real careful to go around these creatures right here. Alright, so we got the treasure. Now we have to escape. Yeah, it could be quite possible for us to actually get the treasure. Oh! That sucks. Basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the treasure without killing these creatures. Let's see if we can walk down here. Alright, so far we're good here. So we got the treasure. Now we can try to escape. What the hell? Are you kidding me? He wasn't touching me. We have to go back into that area again. I have one more guy left here. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to hunt me down. Oh my god. I thought that thing only comes out when you kill everybody. Oh god, I made it. That sucks. Sucks for them. Let me see if I can get inside here. I already got that room right there. Got 2 more rooms to go. Let's see what happens. Alright, so for this room you have to be real careful. No fucking way. Oh! That thing came out of nowhere. I guess if you just hang around too long, I guess it kills you. Alright, so I have oh my god. I have literally no guys left actually, so I have to get out of this room quick. Alright, so I got that. Now I only have one more treasure to get. We have to get it fast because... Oh my god, I got hit by the wall. That was so close. I almost had everything. We'll try it one more time. It's actually quite challenging. It's actually not bad. And so far, I actually like the game quite a bit. Oh, that creature killed me right there. It kind of looks like a skeleton creature. Let's go into this room right here. It's quite the challenging game. Let's get the treasure chest right here, and let's get the hell out of here. So that thing's going to pop up in a second. I know it is. Oh my god. Screw it. Let's go out this door. Oh, I made it. Alright, so let's go over here and let's get the treasure that's over here. Let's try not to get hit by these monsters. That one almost got me. Get out. Alright, so far we're doing good. We have 2 guys left. This one is the hard one right here. Oh! I never can get out. My guy's like a little too fat. I have no idea what's going on there, but he's like a meatball. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, so let's see if we can make it up here. Alright, so we got it. Go, go, go! Oh, yes. Now we see if we can make it out. Oh, go, go, go. Alright, we made it out. We got one more treasure to get. That looks like snakes. Oh, what the hell? I'm getting really, really irritated. So we're so close. Alright, let's see if we can just go in this way and get the treasure. Might be easier for us. This is right down there. I have to wait for this snake thing to get out of my way. Alright, so we got all the treasures. Now what happens? Do we go to like, oh wow, there's another level right here. It's actually pretty cool. That bottom cave dungeon looks like a nightmare. Looks like a key. Let's see if we can grab the key. Alright, so now we popped out the other side right there. And the creatures that are walking around the actual open area are a little bit more erratic. So like they're moving around a lot more faster. That looks like some sort of like a dragon looking creature. It has wings and it looks like a horse. That's interesting. And I died right there. So yeah, that's Adventure for the Atari 2600. Ported by Coleco, and of course Coleco Vision probably has the better graphics on purpose. Let's not get into that right now, but yeah, it's actually pretty good. It still shines on the 2600. It's actually a pretty good game. It's not bad at all. I enjoyed it, and I think that, of course, the 2600 was capable of probably better graphics, but it is what it is. That's what we got, and yeah, it's actually pretty fun. So, if you enjoyed this episode of Memory Lane, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment down below. And on today's episode of Memory Lane, we're playing MAD, or M-A-D, which stands for Missile Attack Defense. Released in 1982 by US Games, and US Games went out of business in 1983 during the video game crash. So let's take a look at the front label right here, and you have a couple of guys right here wearing purple suits, like space suits. Look at that. And it looks like they're playing Steel Battalion for the original Xbox. You can see the Steel Battalion controller right there. And they somehow traveled in the future and got themselves a copy of the Xbox, the original Xbox, and Steel Battalion, and they're having a ball playing that. They can't decipher what's real and what's not real. Look at that. You have the MAD logo popping right out of the TV right there, so some sort of 3D TV. Look at that. It's flying right out. And in all honesty, the label's kind of bland for the most part. This is your typical US Games cartridge. You have the US Games logo on the top. It's used with joystick controller, 2 game variations, and See down below it says 1982 has a copyright, U.S. Games Corporation, and of course on the front end of the cartridge right here, the label is pretty bland. It says MAD with a blue background. That's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. Now, supposedly this is a missile command alternative, so let's pop it in and let's check it out. Well, it looks like on the first try the game apparently doesn't want to work, so we have to see if we can clean it out. We have some dirty contacts. Let's see if this works. Actually, goes this way. Alright, so stay tuned. We're going to clean this out for a moment because apparently it's dirty. Be right back. Alright, so I gave it a clean. Let's see if that works. Took a little while. Alright, and on the first try, it works, and it's pretty loud. What the hell? Alright, let's see if we can turn the volume down a little bit. That's quite loud. I didn't even have the volume up that loud. It's pretty crazy. Alright, so this appears to be a Missile Command clone, or alternative. Let's be a little nice about that. You can see we have shooting from a cannon in the center of the screen right there. Oh my god, I got hit by some sort of missile. I must say this is actually quite the interesting Missile Command alternative. I kind of like it so far. I like the fact that you're not actually aiming a cursor on the screen. You actually control a cannon right there in the center. It looks like these I don't know if those are helicopters they're trying to crash into us, like kamikaze pilots. What the hell? And all of my cities are blown up. And now they're working on the actual missile command base itself. You can see there's like a really bright looking color blinking on the bottom of the screen. It's not the prettiest thing in the world. It's like a strobe light. Look at that. I got 2,200 points. U.S. Games, 1982, and yeah, U.S. Games went out of business in 1983. Apparently there's another game type. Let's try this out. This might actually require a second controller. This might be two-player mode. So there's a cursor. Maybe the second player controls the cursor. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. If that's the case, that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, this game's actually not bad. It's a pretty good U.S. games right here. And I'm not exactly knowledgeable on U.S. games, to say the least. I know they had a handful of games, but... Oh, what the hell? Oh my god, how's this work? It's like you aim towards the actual missiles and they drop. That's so weird. Oh, I guess I get it now. I guess the second player controls where the missiles fall. I think. I could be wrong. That's kind of interesting. if that's what I'm seeing here. I mean, so far I'm at almost 2,000 points here. Got green looking helicopters. The sensitivity on the actual cannon right here is it's actually not too bad. And now we're controlling the cursor again. So let me get this straight. You can actually lock onto them. Hold down the red button. You can see this right here. Let me see if I can show you. Alright, so we're locked onto that, and we made them crash into my own city. I don't know what the purpose of this is. It's weird. We're using this original 2600 controller right here. Look at this. It's in pretty good shape. I repaired it. It's working. So we're almost at the 2200 mark. You can see the map actually changes a little bit each time you make it to the next level. We're at the 2400 mark here. Now this game is quite loud. I have the volume literally on 1 on my TV, and you can still hear it. It's pretty loud. Alright, so now we're controlling the cursor again, which I don't quite understand. I guess the cursor yanks them right out of the sky. I'm not sure if you're supposed to do that or not. It's kind of weird. So yeah, you don't get any points from that. There's probably something else to it that I'm not knowing about. Like, I didn't really read the manual too much. Now, a lot of these games you have to read the manuals to figure things out. But for the most part, this is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, this part of the game is actually pretty cool. You know what? I think I kind of get it now, because I bet you if there's a second controller plugged in, the second player could probably control the cannon on the bottom, while the first player knocks the planes and stuff out of the sky. And I bet you that it's vice versa the other way around. You know, in that case, that's actually a really cool two-player mode. It's actually really, really cool. It's on par with combat for the Atari 2600. It's actually a really cool. Well, we can definitely try to plug in a second controller and try it out. Let's see. I got a second 2600 controller right here. We'll plug that in. See if we can give it a try. Let me see. Let's put it right here for right now. We'll plug it in and we'll try it out, see if it works. Alright, so this is second. Yeah, oh yeah. See? This is the second controller right here. It's a lot more clicky for some reason. It's a different model. But you can see that I'm actually controlling the cannon now. And the button, you can hear the click the shit out of that button. It's the most noisy controller ever. But it works. So with the second controller over here, you control the cursor. And you try to screw up the other player. That's actually pretty cool. So that's pretty much solved. We know exactly how this works now. This is a two-player mode, and you can actually terrorize the other player's cities. So that explains why nothing's falling out of the sky, because this guy right here has to actually make the planes and all that stuff, all the missiles fall and hit the little cities right here. I mean, that's actually pretty cool. So if you put it back to mode number 1, mode number 1 is actually the computer is controlling the actual missiles and stuff, so they fall. And whichever missile lights up white, as you can see right there, that's the one that's going to fall. And he actually hit me. Oh, what the hell? can see half of my cities are gone. So the game is not too forgiving when it comes to the difficulty. The difficulty is definitely not the most easiest game in the world. It takes a little bit of mastering. I must say overall that US Games did a pretty good job, not quite ripping off Missile Command, but they actually gave a pretty good alternative to Missile Command. I think it's actually pretty good. It's not bad at all. Good job, US Games. And if you enjoyed this episode of Memory Lane, don't forget to give a thumbs up and comment down below what you think of MAD. Now, in today's episode, we're playing Defender for the Atari 2600, which released in 1981 by Atari themselves. They actually developed this game. It was in-house, and it was programmed by Bob Polaro, and the graphics were designed by Alan Murphy. So I guess they had a separate programmer for the graphics. Let's take a look at the cartridge here. And much like a lot of the earlier 2600 games from the early 80s, you had a nice collage right there in the center. Very, very awesome label art right there. Look at that. I have no idea exactly what's going on. There's a woman right there. Look at that. And then you have like a spaceship flying up in the air, and on the top left-hand side, I mean, it almost looks like they're in Las Vegas or someplace like that. It looks like Vegas. I'm not sure where they are, but it's definitely an interesting collage right there. It says label, programming, audiovisuals, copyright 1981 Atari on the bottom, trademark of William Electronics. So it's quite interesting. And on the top it says game program Defender in blue letters. Nothing really fancy. You know, your typical what you would expect from a 2600 game from back then. In the back, it does look like someone wrote something on the actual plastic of the cartridge with a permanent magic marker, which I actually didn't notice until now. So just in case you haven't noticed, Defender is a shooter, and in Defender you have 3 lives, 3 smart bombs, and endless laser missiles. And I never really played Defender too much. I don't recall playing it too much, so this is going to be a first timer for me. So yeah, I'm a noob at Defender, so let's pop the game in and let's check it out, and so let's see how bad I suck at this game. So right there on the first try, you can see that Defender works with no problem. And the cartridge is a little bit dusty. It's not too bad, but it actually works. And you can see the 1981 Atari copyright on the bottom of the screen. And there's quite a bit of artifacts going on here. It definitely looks very, very old, retro. Let's check to see if the black and white look works on this. I never tried that out. Since it is an older game, the black and white actually functions, and that's pretty cool. You can see the buildings disappear. Look at that. That is interesting. So let's see how many modes there are in this game. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, there's a lot of modes in here. Look at this. I'm assuming that 2 probably means 2 players. So there's 20 different modes. That's insane. Let's check the game out here. Oh my god. Look at this. So this is Defender. Oh, it's so easy to get killed in this game. You can see on the top right there, there appears to be some sort of radar. This was quite the popular game for back in the day. It was actually a very popular game. And very, very mesmerized by the gameplay. I mean, look at this. What the hell's going on? What is that? You have to watch your back and your front, because there's all types of creatures. What the hell is that? Did I go to level 2 or something? Oh! I thought that was like a power-up. Look at that. Look how cool that looks. traced by a black. I don't know what to call that, but that looks pretty awesome. Look, that looks pretty cool. Let's try this again. I wonder if you can get power-ups in this game, like get more weapons. Look at that. My weapons actually look pretty cool. I don't know what's going on, but that looks pretty awesome. Yeah, take that, you son of a bitch. Alright, so apparently there's... I'm shooting everything. I have no idea if I'm supposed to shoot everything or not, but if it comes to my way, it's getting shot. So there's two little dots on my radar. Whatever that is. And these things right here, I don't know if they're spaceships, but they look like upper portion of a person. Like that's the head right there. That's the upper body. The legs and the abdominal portion is missing. That looks like a UFO. And you can definitely tell that the buildings on the bottom are buildings. It looks appropriate. Oh, I got hit by whatever that was. It looks like a UFO. Yeah, take that, you son of a bitch. Yeah, this game is actually pretty fun. It's a Defender in the Atari 2600. You do a lot of shooting. Yeah, I got whatever that is. I have no idea what the hell that is, but whatever it is, I have it. Oh, that thing! What the hell? Oh, I hit whatever that is too. So it's actually pretty fun. There is an arcade version of this game, by the way. So this is probably definitely derived from the arcade version, but for a home port. I mean, it's actually pretty fun. I wonder what the other moves are here. We got two. What's two? Let's make the game harder. Alright, so this is mode 2. I have no idea what mode 2 is, but it does appear to have things on the screen that I've never seen before, like that red thing right there. I don't know what that is. Almost looks like a bones and skull type thing. You can see it looks like the UFOs are taking people or something. It looks like they're actually landing near the buildings and they're lifting something up in the air. See, watch. I'm going to show you right here. You see this UFO. It has a person. Look at that. What the hell? Yeah, I saved the person. Now can I land where... Oh, I dropped him back on the ground. That's pretty cool. I saved an actual person. Now I get it now. So yeah, you're basically defending your city right here from all these alien bastards that are trying to shoot up my ride, as Duke Nukem would say. Oh, how can I defend when I can't even defend myself? I'll tell you how it sucks. Let's put on mode 3. What the hell's mode 3? Alright, so mode 3, it looks like there's like no buildings at all. And there's a whole bunch of red, ugly looking things. It looks like creatures from Doom. It's like you have to shoot these things until there's no more left. There's a shitload of them. Look at this. There's more coming this way. You can see on the radar. I like the radar. It's like an extra widescreen radar where we can actually see what's coming ahead. There's one more creature here. Oh, what the hell? That one? Come on! There's one left! Did I get it? Or did I die? I thought I hit it. Ah, oh, son of a bitch. So there's some more coming. Oh, this is crazy. Oh! Yeah, I can tell this game was definitely a must-have for the Atari. Oh crap, it's right there. What's going on here? It's like too close a must-have for the Atari 2600 for back in the day. Yeah, this game is pretty fun. It's tough. And yeah, this is what happens when you get a game over. So when that whole screen right there turns a little blue and inverted looking with colors, that means that you suck. Like me. Let's try mode 4. Let's try what is mode 4. See, if you have a manual or a booklet, you can actually read what each mode is and try to figure out, what's what. For me, I don't have that option, so I just have the cartridge bare. He has a person. Oh my god. No, the little person's. Oh no, he's gonna die. Oh, he fell straight to. Wait, did he survive? No way. That's him down there. That's a pretty. I mean, that's a pretty long fall. I mean, that was pretty high up in the air. These buildings are have to be at least. I mean, these are. They look like buildings. They gotta be at least 50 feet tall, 50 to 100 feet. So if I kill these guys, they're trying to steal all my people. They want to kidnap my people and do experiments. You've heard of that stuff happening before. In fact, that stuff is so common. I don't know if it really happens or not, but it supposedly happens so commonly that they make video games out of it. This is a great example right here. So, yeah, I beat mode 4. Well, the first level anyways. Here the actual joystick looking right here, and I'm using the Atari 2600 authentic real joystick. I did a repair on this not too long ago to make it work. It wasn't actually working the way I wanted it to. Actually did a little hack on it. I put some bread ties in there. Not bread ties, the homemade plastic ties. No, I'm thinking about bread. Well, I actually scored 11,000 points, and I wasn't even paying attention. Do I get a special Activision patch, whatever? If you were to win a Activision patch for this game, which Activision doesn't make this game, what type of patch would you get? Is that spaceship patch? That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, let's shoot up everything. Yeah, so this is a Defender on the Atari 2600. There's nothing fancy about it at all. It's just pure fun. You turn it on and you shoot things. There is definitely objects in the games. You have to, I believe, prevent these aliens from kidnapping your people. And you have to shoot all of them to advance onto the next stage, as far as I can see. I didn't really look too deep into the manual. Or there's an HTML online manual. I read a little bit about it. I know that if you score a certain amount of points, you get an extra life, which I believe is 10,000 points. You can actually try that out, see if that's actually. So I have, I think, 1 life remaining. If I can get 10,000 points, we can experiment with that. This thing right here is kind of following me around. So you got almost 8,000 points right now, so we can definitely. Try to get 10,000 points and we'll see if... Yeah, 10,000 points gets you an extra life and I just lost it. So that was pointless. So if you enjoyed this episode of Memory Lane, don't forget to give a thumbs up and comment down below. I'd love to have comments. Let me know what you think of Defender. I never really played it too much before. I've always been a River Raid fan. That's definitely my go-to game for the Atari. But yeah. Defender is actually not bad. It's actually pretty fun. Holy crap, what the hell just happened? The whole screen just blanked and what the hell is that? I think I almost went this whole episode without saying what the hell is that, but what the hell was that? Alright. Well, that's it for Memory Lane. Stay tuned for more episodes of Memory Lane. And on today's episode of Memory Lane, we're playing BMX Airmaster for the Atari 2600 Junior. See here, the label's pretty worn out. BMX Airmaster right there on the front, and right there on the left side it says for Atari 2600 and 7800. So this is definitely a late release for the 2600. In fact, this game came out in 1989, and it was developed or published by TNT Games. Now, in 1990, Atari bought the rights to this game and released their own additional copies under their own Atari label. And those copies actually are very, very rare and very expensive to come by. Now, as mentioned before, the label is quite worn out. You have the TNT Games logo right there on the top left. The end label is also pretty worn out. There's nothing really fancy about the label at all. It's just pretty much white with a blue print on it. You have the big, huge BMX Airmaster logo right there on the front. There wasn't really too many BMX games back then. There was maybe Paperboy? I don't know. It wasn't really too much. So, apparently this game is so good that Atari bought the rights to it. Let's see how good it is. Let's pop it in here and check it out. Alright, so right there on the first try, we have BMX Airmaster title screen right there. You got the Scope Shirt software written by Adam Clayton. It's copyright 1989, so TNT Games, as you can see, this game came out very, very late in the life cycle of the Atari 2600. It came out in 89. That's like definitely way past. That's like 10 years past when the Atari released. Now, one thing that's really cool about this game, since I played it earlier and for some reason the recording didn't work, when you hit the select button right here, you can actually choose different modes, and you can actually see the modes on the title screen for a change. And that's pretty rare for 2600 games. Usually developers don't go out of their way to give that nice little feature on the title screen. So that's definitely pretty awesome right there. Let's do some practice here. Look at this. Now, I don't have my Memory Vision 5000 up and running at the moment, so we're going to be pretty much just doing a full screen gameplay footage of the game without having the camera on the side, but I am using the standard joystick for the Atari 2600. Let's try Practice Advanced. Now, in Practice Advanced, you can actually choose 3 different stages here. There's a pier. There's like a little road right here, whatever that is. There's a half pipe. Let's try the half pipe. And you can see your character right there is a yellow guy with the bicycle. And so there's a lot of detail going on here. You can actually see the wheels spinning. You can actually see the guy pedaling. And in the background, you can see all the grass, all the detail, the clouds. There's clouds. You can see a sunset right there. The half pipe looks appropriate. So yeah, this game... Oh my god, that's awesome! Did you see that? I killed myself doing whatever that was, but the animation of that trick I pulled off was actually pretty awesome. Look. Oh my god! Look at that! That is crazy. Let me see if we can... I scored some points there. That's quite impressive. I know some of you may be thinking, oh, you're awful at this game. You're probably right, I am. I never really played this game before. First time playing, I read the manual briefly. And, yeah, so forgive my crappiness at playing this game. Holy crap, look at that. Oh my god. What the hell? That's crazy. Oh my god, oh my, I almost landed it. Yeah, I think I'm dead. Let's try that again. Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know what the hell's going on here, but that's pretty cool. Okay. Oh my god, that's crazy. I scored like how many points? What, 56,000? I mean, for a beginner, I'm a beginner. That's actually pretty good. I must say that this game is, so far, it's really fun. I enjoyed the animations and the graphics, the tricks. The gameplay is actually pretty solid. No wonder Atari wanted to license the game. And as you can see there, that, well, I don't know what trick that was, but you can actually make the front wheel actually move. Look at that. The front wheel is tilted to the side. That's so much detail. I don't even think there was a 16-bit BMX game that had that much detail in it. I mean, that's... You didn't see that much detail in a BMX game until, like, PlayStation. Or N64. And good job, Atari. This thing's pushing it... This game pushes the Atari 2600 to the limits. It takes advantage of the hardware really well. Yeah, look at that. That's crazy. Look at that. It's awesome. Look at that. I mean, this game is as fun as Excite Bike on the NES. If not funner. I hate to say it, but it probably is funner. Well, Excite Bike is a rally game. But this game is actually BMX bike riding. I must say that this game is... definitely, I like it. A lot. And it's crazy that it came out in 1989. It came out so late in the life cycle of the Atari 2600. It's actually quite impressive. Bam! How you like that? You have the little music playing in the background. There's a lot of music in this game. There's a lot of sound, audio. It's quite the loud game. It plays very loud. So let's see what we got going on here. Let's see if we can reset that. Let's try this track right here. I'm not sure what this is. Holy crap. He's so high up in the air. Oh, he's dead. I'm gonna have to send the ambulance from NFL Madden. Was it 93 or 94 on the Sega Genesis? The one that rides out on the field and kills everybody else just to save one person. Let's try that again. Oh my god. Oh, that was a bad fall. There ain't no coming back from that. Yeah. And so basically the only thing you have to do is when you're in midair, is not play like me because I killed myself. Somehow I scored points. I'm not sure how I did that. But you have to pretty much move the joystick left, right, up, and down. And if you hold the red button down, you can do also various different tricks like that. I'm saluting like a Nazi, unfortunately. You saw that? That was not good. Alright, so let's continue playing the game here. Alright, let's see if we can... Yeah, look at that. That's insane. Alright, I scored like, wow, 1,500 points. And he's doing his German salute once again, unfortunately. Let's try that again. The details on this game is amazing. I mean, I just can't believe that someone actually developed this game for the 2600 in 1989. And it came out this late in the life cycle of the Atari, but the game is awesome. There's so many like really good games that came out late 80s, early 90s for the 2600. Very few games that came out, but most of them were actually pretty good. It was really strange. Oh! Yeah, I don't think he's getting up after that. Let's try that again. You can see we're here having plenty of fun with this game. Oh my god, I should have just left him alone. Let's try a different stage here. There's a pier level on this. Now before we play this level, let's look at the graphics. You can see like the death on the pier. You can actually see like on the bottom the actual like Can't explain it, but the graphics look good. Look at that. This looks amazing. And in the background, you see the island right there. Let's try this out. Oh my god, I'm going up a ramp. Oh my god, I killed myself. That is crazy. Holy crap. I flew like over the second ramp. And I scored. Let's try that again. Oh, that's not good. So apparently those are the 3 areas you can actually BMX at. I wonder what the black and white does. You know, at this point, 1989, the black and white, it doesn't even function. So I guess there's probably very little black and white TVs at that time. So let's try let's see what we got here. Standard arcade 1 player. Okay, let's give this a try out. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah. Turn around. Oh my god. Man. That was a fatal fall right there. That was not good. Let's see if we can score some points. Yeah, look at that. Oh. Damn. Even the crashes look good. When you crash, your bike looks all mangled up, your body looks all mangled up. It's ridiculous. Yeah, this game is pretty awesome. I very much enjoy it. It's definitely a... Oh, look at that. Look at that. So yeah, the Atari acquired the rights to this game. So I guess that's how good the game was. I guess the game definitely does live up to its good reputation. And they released a handful of games for the 2600 as well underneath their label. But I guess their label is very, very rare. There's not too many of those cartridges that exist. On Atari Ages, it's so rare that it has a 10 rating for rarity. This is the standard TNT version of the game, so it's pretty common, I guess. Yeah, look at that. Oh, I landed it. Holy crap. And there he does his salute once again. You got the music playing in the background. You got the clouds, you got the sunset, you get the mountain in the back. Look at that. Look at all the detail. Fantastic. Alright, so now we're moving on to the next stage, like automatically, is arcade mode. We have to do a whole bunch of this stuff going on here. And how many points did we reach? 1,600 points. That's quite a bit. And basically how you pedal, you have to like rotate the controller as much as possible. Oh my god, I landed that! How the hell did I do that? I can't believe I did that. I thought I was going to kill myself. That was pretty intense. Flip around. Oh my... Oh, I landed that one too. Holy crap. What a game. This game's awesome. Alright, let's try the next stage here. We are very familiar with the stage. We played the practice on this. Let's see if we can actually... Oh, no. Oh, I did not land that. That was... that's not good. And I don't think it's letting me go any further. I think that the game finally acknowledged that I killed myself. And you can see my guy's... his arm is literally like bent a little bit. You can see right there, it looks like a bent arm. The bicycle looks a little mangled. His head looks a little mashed. Like the top of his head's missing. That's not good. Alright, let's see what we got here. There's also a 2-player mode, which I don't know, I don't have a second person here, of course, so I can't play two-player mode. I have 2 controllers, but that's going to be kind of hard for me to pull off. And, yeah, that's BMX Airmaster for the Atari 2600. Came out in 1989. That's pretty crazy. Let's play the Advanced. See, I'm having so much fun that I'm still playing the game. This game is... I love it. It's one of my favorite 2600 games as of right now. This definitely makes the top list for me. Yeah, look at that. Oh, crap. Alright, well, don't forget to give a thumbs up. And comment down below what your favorite 2600 games are. And what's your favorite late release? I mean, this is definitely one of my favorites right here. This game is awesome. So stay tuned for more Memory Lane episodes as I recover from my injury that I suffered BMXing. I'm going to have a cast on my arms and legs for quite a long time. Now, in today's episode, we're playing Strategy X for the Atari 2600, released in 1981, developed by Konami. And you can definitely see right here, the cartridge definitely looks quite a bit different from a regular Atari cartridge. There's probably, I believe, 3 of these Konami cartridges that released on the 2600. They're quite obscure. And as you can see on the label on the front of this cartridge right here, Strategy X, you have what appears to be a military tank with an X right there on the front of it right there. And there's camouflage in the background. And you have Strategy X in big yellow letters right there on top. And all the way at the top of the cartridge, you have Konami 010, which I believe is binary coding. Video game cartridge. And towards the bottom, you have for use with the Atari video game system and this year's Video Arcade, which is also the knockoff of the 2600. And you have the Konami Industry Corporation or Company 1981, the Konami logo right there on the bottom. The end label has Strategy X also. Instead of being black, it's actually white with yellow letters, and the end label was a little beat up for the most part, but I glued it back down, so it does look much better than it did before. It does look a little weathered, but yeah, this is Strategy X on the Atari 2600. It's an interesting looking cartridge. Oh, I actually never played the game before. I tested the cartridge out at one point just to make sure it works, but according to what I read, the object of the game is to destroy all your enemies from all directions. You can also pick up fuel along the ways. And this is basically like a tank version of River Raid, I guess. Similar to that. So let's pop it in and let's check it out. You can see right there on the first try, Strategy X works with no problem whatsoever. It actually works pretty good. Look at that. Now we got a tank right here. Gotta figure out what we're supposed to do. Alright, so I'm not exactly 100% certain on what we're supposed to be doing here, but let's see if we can restart the game. It's making all kinds of noises. What the hell? Alright, so there's a few different game modes here. There is no black and white mode. You hear that music? The music's pretty cool. Alright, I just restart the game and we have liftoff. Oh, everything blew up. The freaking explosion effects are crazy. That's actually pretty awesome for Atari. The explosion effects are pretty awesome. You saw that? Yeah, take that, you son of a bitch. And that's fuel right there. You can refuel yourself up just like River Raid. Oh, I almost hit the wall. Oh, this is crazy. I blew up. And much like the bridges in the River Raid, you have to try to get around it. Except the bridges don't like blow up all together like they do in River Raid. You have to actually shoot them more than once. Let's try this again. This game is actually pretty fun. I love the music in the beginning. No. Oh my god. That's nuts. Oh, that was close. I guess those are buildings. They're stationary, they don't move. I collected something right there, I'm not sure what that was, but... Let's see how high a score I can get. I'm at 560 right now. Yeah, I squeezed myself through right here. Oh, he shot the fuel! Oh, what a smart... Oh, wait a minute, I can go on the grass? I didn't know that. So I guess you can actually go on the grass in this game, so you don't have to worry about... Oh, I gotta get fuel. Yeah. This is actually pretty cool. I like this game. I know there's a tank game in combat for the Atari 2600. One of the first games that came out. This game's a little bit more sophisticated in terms of the graphics and the explosions and the way you play the game. The game is kind of similar to River Raid, not quite as fast, but with a tank. That's the best way I can describe it. Let's try it one more time. And the Konami 1981 copyright at the top. So I mean, technically, this right here, you can go around it, I guess. But once you go on the green portion of the grass, you slow down. Oh, and I believe it consumes your fuel quite a bit more. So it's like a, yeah, look at that. Your fuel's going down quite a bit. So it's like you're risking your tank losing fuel. Let's see if we can get more fuel here. We're losing a lot of fuel. There we go. I mean, the enemies, I think, appear right in the same spot. So if you can memorize where they are, you can probably play the game quite a bit easier than, for the first... Oh, man, he hit the fuel tank. Oh, that guy's a bastard. Let's see if we can go around. That guy's not playing around. I'm gonna stay far away from that guy. Oh, he got me from freaking behind. That's not good. That sucks. Let's try this again. Yeah, this is, I believe, one of 3 Konami cartridges. Now, Konami did make, obviously, other games for 2600, but these cartridges were Konami branded. They're not Parker Brother or something else, but I believe that Konami only released 3 actual cartridges on the 2600. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they labeled them with binary coding, so it's like 001, 010, and 011. And I have 3 of them. I don't think they go for a whole heck of a lot of money either, so... But for some reason, they only released 3 Konami cartridges. I know that they made Frogger also, but that never... As far as I know, that never released in an actual Konami cartridge. It released in Parker Brothers, I believe. Let's try this again. This is our last attempt. Strategy X. Let's go this way instead, see what happens. You can also try faster in the tank. If you hold the up on the joystick. And ever since I repaired the joystick, it's been working perfect, by the way. It's actually working quite well. I believe this is the joystick that I did a zip tie hack to it. Basically held the board down with zip ties or something and just raised the board up a little bit so the contacts make contact with the joystick and it works. Oh, you son of a bitch. Let's see if we can get across this land right here. Got this guy right here. I know that guy's gonna try to shoot me. Yeah, how you like that? You have to be careful. This guy wants to shoot me, and this guy's probably gonna shoot me next. Seems like the purple enemies or those purple buildings, whatever they are, they're a little bit more vicious. Oh, we have this. Oh my god! I think I'm further than I've ever been. So let's see how far we can get. Oh, we made it to the end of the level. Look at that, we're inside like a little bunker thing going on there. You have a really sick sounding music playing there for, holy crap, there's planes now. What the hell? This is crazy. Look, there's a big ass fuel tank over here. Look at that. Yeah, you're making some big points. Oh, that guy blew up. What the hell? I'll say the game gets funner and funner as you go. And this area, that's red area, if you try to actually go on top of that, you have problems. Oh, I ended up way over there somehow. I guess it's kind of like a simulation of like being on top of like a hill or a mountain or something. I don't know. Oh, my fuel's running out. I better get my ass over here. So far, this level appears to be easier. Strangely enough. I blew up a couple of planes so far. I think I'm already at the end of the level. Look at this. Yeah, that's like the bunker right there. You have that crazy sounding music. It's a nice attempt. Alright, these guys right here appear to be a little bit harder to kill, in my opinion, than the airplanes. Alright, so far we're doing pretty good. Oh, there's another one right there. What? Alright, let's see if we can get through this area right here. Oh, he blew up the frickin' fuel tank. This looks like the same level from before, but just harder. Well, this is level 3 according to that. Oh, that's it. I made it to level 3. That is Strategy X on the Atari 2600. It's actually pretty fun. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and comment down below. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe there's only 3 Konami cartridges, actual real Konami cartridges, available for the Atari 2600. If there is more, please let me know, because I would like to collect them. And that would be it for this episode of Memory Lane, and stay tuned for next week's episode. Today's episode, we're playing Double Dunk for the Atari 2600 Junior. It's developed by Atari, released in 1989. Quite the late release, that came out quite late. And it was designed by Matthew Hubbard, who previously worked for Activision. I do not have an image of Matthew Hubbard, unfortunately. So Double Dunk is a 2-on-2 half-court basketball game. It's quite interesting. I'm going to wonder how this plays out on the Atari 2600, graphically and gameplay-wise. As you can see, the cover art right here, we have a basketball game taking place with the Double Dunk logo right there is orange. This is a red label Atari cartridge, so this came out pretty late in the Atari 2600's lifespan. Probably around the time that the 7800 existed. And yeah, the label art looks pretty cool. And the end label does look slightly beat up. It's not in bad condition, it looks a little beat up, but that's about it. I'm not really good at sports games that much. I really don't play sports games that much, but we're going to check it out anyways. We're going to pop it in here in the Atari 2600 Junior, and let's check out Double Dunk. So right here we have Double Dunk, and that's the title screen right there. We have a nice title screen with the basketball players dancing back and forth. We have some quite interesting music right there in the background, being processed by the Atari 2600. Sounds like a bunch of fart noises, but it's actually quite impressive. Look at that, 1989. This came out quite late. It's very interesting to actually play games that came out around 89 or 1990 for the Atari 2600. It's very interesting. This appears to be the half-court portion of the game right here. And we see we have a couple of players here. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I think I scored. See, I'm not really good with sports games. It's not really my thing. I do like Double Dribble on the NES. Get over here, you son of a bitch. I have no idea what's going on. I mean, it appears that I might have 4 points. Wait, I'm on defense right now? Really? What the hell is that? Turnover? Wow, this is quite technical for an Atari game. What the hell? Oh, you know what? I think I'm getting my ass kicked. That's not me scoring 6 points. That's the computer guy. Alright, let's see if we can actually score something here. No, no, no! Travel! I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It can actually travel in an Atari game. I traveled again. Turnover. What the hell? I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. So yeah, this is a double dunk on the Atari 2600. Let me see if we can actually dunk the ball. It appears that the computer AI is actually double dunking me, like completely destroying me. Let's see if we can. And there you go. I mean, this is difficult. Definitely not my type of game here. I mean, graphically, it looks okay for an Atari game. I mean, it definitely looks like a basketball game. It looks like half court, so it looks quite impressive. The controls are kind of iffy. And I'm not quite sure on what to do. I don't have a manual for the game. Unfortunately, I read on it briefly. I know how to play it. And as you can see there, I'm getting violated. 16 points for the computer guy and 0 for me. That's not good. No. How the fuck? Are you kidding me? This pisses me off. Wait, let's see if there's a different game mode here. Alright, so... Oh, you can actually choose different characters. Look at that. That's interesting. Oh, okay, so you can actually use the joystick up and down to choose all this stuff right here. Files? No. Oh, you can choose all the settings here. That's pretty cool. So you can actually do all this as well. Wow, that's pretty interesting. So the C is for computer. I can actually, that's actually, that would make sense right there. Be easier to tell who's who. So I guess, in order to actually throw the ball into the hoop, you have to actually jump up in the air with the red button and hit it again to actually throw the ball. I mean, that's what it seems like to me. Let's see if we can get the ball, and let's see if we can actually score something. If I score 1 point, I'll be happy. I don't know, that's gonna work. The computer guy's being a real asshole. No! Alright. No! Oh my god. Out of bounds. Yeah, it's going to be a repeat from the last game that we played here. It's just going to get destroyed. Game over. I just got beat that quick. And this is what it looks like when you get a game over. You have some really cool looking raster graphics right there. It's really cool looking. Look at that. You have the little characters on the bottom dancing around. So, yeah, that's Double Dunk. I mean, if you like basketball and you like Atari 2600, then this may be your game. It's certainly not my type of game, but I'm not going to bash it. It's just not my type of game. I do enjoy the little dancing on the bottom. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. And the music. Listen to that music. If you enjoyed this episode of Memory Lane, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and comment down below. Now in today's episode, we're playing Pooyang for the Atari 2600, released in 1982 by Konami. Now this is believed to be the first actual legit Konami cartridge that released for the 2600. Now this game has a bit of a storyline going for it. According to what I read, this wolves, a pack of wolves attacked a house of little piglets known as Pooyangs. That's what the Pooyangs are. And unfortunately, some of the wolves actually kidnapped the Pooyang. The mother pig is super pissed off and will seek revenge. And the mother pig will be using arrows and bait to collectively build a body count that rivals John Rambo himself. So there's a lot of wolf killing going on in this game. So this mother pig has to go out and try to get her piglets back. So one thing you might notice on this cartridge is at the top it says Konami video game cartridge. You can barely read it. You have to actually shine it in the light to see that. And it has 001, so I believe that this is the first actual Konami cartridge release. And they use binary coding for some reason, which is actually pretty interesting. So the second release was 011. And yeah, that's the logo down there, Pooyang with balloons. And you have the interesting looking artwork. I believe that this derived from Japan, so it's not your typical Atari artwork that you're used to seeing. They're wearing stars on a blue, I don't know, it looks like something that came out of a circus. Look at that. So yeah, that's Pooyang's artwork right there. It's interesting. And you got the end label. The end label's a little bit worn out. It's not too bad. And yeah, you have the little Konami copyright right there next to the Pooyang logo. And it's for use with the Atari video game system and the Sears Video Arcade. It says for 1 or 2 players, use joystick controller. Konami Industries, 1982. So this game released in 82. And you can definitely notice that their cartridges, the actual molding of the cartridge is a bit larger than a normal Atari cartridge. It looks cooler. Definitely cooler looking. And that's what the back of it looks like right there. Alright, so this game does involve some balloon popping and wolf killing. So let's pop in Pooyang and let's see what we can do here. See, right on the first try we have Pooyang working. This right here is, I guess, a bit of a demonstration of what it looks like. The game was also an arcade game back in '82 as well. You can see the little wolves on top, chopping their choppers. There's all kinds of stuff going on here. There's a lot of pigs. No, not pigs. There's wolves lowering down on balloons. Let's check this out. So we got some music going on there. So basically what you have to do is you have to shoot these wolves that are trying to... Oh, I died. What the hell? I failed at saving my piglets. Oh my god. There's a wolf behind me. There's so much stuff going on the screen at once. It's crazy. Oh my god. This game is complex. So you have wolves that are in front of you on balloons. You have to kill them. There is like some sort of arrow right there. I killed a lot of pigs or wolves. The only pig I'm killing is myself because I keep dying. And you see that there's a wolf climbing up what I think is a tree. That's gotta be a tree. And he's trying to get me. Oh, I won. Did I? Oh, there's one wolf in particular that's trying to climb up to where I'm at, and he's trying to kill me. Oh my god, he almost got me. He's gonna... Oh my... He's actually trying to bite the rope. Well, I already died anyway, so it's so hard to pay attention to that guy while the other ones are shooting at me. What a hard game. You would figure that this is probably not that hard, but... This is definitely not the easiest game in the world. Oh, I just got... I don't know what that was. Maybe they stoned me with a stone. You can use your imagination on the Atari. You have to be real careful. I'm using the original Atari joystick as well. You can hear it clicking. I know a lot of gamers use the Genesis controller on the Atari 2600, but I stick to the original. It's a bit of a more of a challenge. Let's see if we can there's another wolf coming up here. He's trying to chomp. He's gonna get me, oh god. Oh, what the hell is that? Yeah, that's what we're missing. What the hell is that? Got 370 points. Pooyang! And then you can see the screens turn different colors. Let's try that out one more time. I believe this was the first Konami release on the 2600. Actually pretty cool. A couple weeks ago I reviewed one of the other, I think it was Strategy X. Definitely enjoyed that one better. It's my type of game. Oh no, there's a wolf coming. What the hell? Say this mother wolf. That's the mother wolf right there. Is going John Rambo, trying to kill. Oh, got hit. Trying to kill as much wolves as possible. It's a huge body count. Oh, that wolf is coming. Oh no. Gotta kill these guys while I can. How many is there left? He's trying to bite me. There's a lot of suspense in this game. Because you don't know if that one's gonna get you from behind and, you know, what these guys in the front are gonna do to you. And check this out. Oh! I think I got hit by, like, the one from behind and that doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean. Yeah, one. Now we're on the second level right here. I don't know if there's a way of shooting, like, behind. Like, to, you know, stop that wolf, because that wolf's trying to really do something to me right there. He's trying to bite the rope. And if he bites the rope, it can actually break. That's something that Oh! The second level is much harder. But you see, I got a better score, so it's definitely possible to, you know, do some practice and actually achieve a higher score. We'll try one more time. This is Pooyang on the Atari 2600. And the little fancy music right there. There's definitely a... What the hell is that game on the NES? Yeah, there's a game on NES that involves popping balloons. For whatever reason, off the top of my head, I don't remember what the name is, but down below, let me know which game that is. So I just would have to look that up. Oh, I got bit in the ass! Let me see if we can pop all the balloons here. Yeah, I must say, it's actually a decent arcade game, so it does provide you with a decent amount of fun. It's not bad. It's a very obscure Atari game, though. It's not... Definitely not the most... Oh, crap. He bit the rope. It's definitely not a common Atari game to have in your collection. According to what I've read, it's actually quite rare. Yeah, now we're going to the second level. I'm not sure what that thing is up on top. Maybe that's a bag that has all the piglets in it. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Oh, I got hit in the face with whatever that was. So yeah, that's Pooyang on the Atari 2600. And you can see the screen turns all different colors after you lose. It's all kinds of stuff going on there. It's actually not bad. I wonder if the black and white works. Black and white does not work. You would figure that it would, because this is back in the 82, 81. Usually the black and white still worked. guess Konami expected you doing a color TV back then. Oh, my 2600 controller just broke. Let me just put the top part back on and we're good. Alright, so that's Puyain on the Atari 2600. I was playing on the Atari 2600 Junior as you saw earlier. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and comment down below. Now in today's episode, we're playing Space Cavern for the Atari 2600 Junior. Developed by Apollo, released in 1982. Apollo went out of business by 1983. It's quite the interesting story. This game was inspired by Demon Attack. In fact, the leader of Apollo, Pat Roper, instructed Dan Oliver to program a similar game for the Atari 2600. And that's where Space Cavern came about. Space Cavern was re-released after Apollo went out of business by a company named Panda, and it was called Space Canyon instead, which the cartridge had a big-ass panda on it. Look at that. That's kind of weird. Another interesting fact about this game is that Apollo was in a $5 million debt during the creation of this game, and they were hoping that this was the hit. This was the actual game that would actually help them get out of debt and, you know, send them into the promised land where Activision was and where Atari was, and, you know, all the good developers. Now, as you can see on the label right here, it's a Space Cavern right there with a really ugly looking creature. Look at that thing. What the hell is that? You have one guy right there on the bottom right hand side that's definitely dead. You definitely see he died. Look at that. You see his bones. He's getting electrocuted or something's going on there. And the guy over on the left side is trying to save himself with I don't know what's going on there. It looks like a laser ray. It's your typical Atari artwork from during that time and era. It looks awesome. Look at that. Most of the label artwork that existed back then on the Atari cartridges were actually hand painted and hand drawn. So this was definitely no difference. This was probably drawn out on a large canvas at one time and then struck down onto the cartridge on the label. So it's a very, very impressive artwork. Look at that. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on there, including that guy that's getting electrocuted. So as you already know, this game is a similar to Demon Attack. It's definitely no secret. I guess the whole concept is you must travel into the unknown abyss, the Space Cavern, and you must land on a mysterious planet in the Space Cavern filled with mysterious creatures, and you must explore and try not to die like that guy in the cartridge right there. Yeah, that's the whole concept of Space Cavern. So let's insert Space Cavern into the Atari 2600 and let's check it out and play it. So you can see right there on the first try, the game works. Space Cavern with no problem at all. Look at that. And as soon as you turn it on, you're greeted with some nice raster looking graphics. Got all kinds of stuff going on here. Let me see if I can put on the right input on my TV so I can examine this a little bit closer. You got blue, green, you got all kinds of colors going on here. What the hell is that? And I got my Atari joystick right here. And there we go. What the? Look at the little guy right there. That is cool. It's like Space Invade. What the hell? Oh, I got bit in the ass! Or if you was facing the other way, you know where you got bit. I'm not going to say it, but you know where. That is cool. Look at that little fat ninja. It looks like a little karate guy or something. Look at that. You got these little creatures right here. Oh, barbaric creatures. This is the Space Cavern. Oh my god, I got fried. You can actually see his little bones. I shot that little zombie little space creature in the face. Look at that. He's trying to chomp me. You can see that he's trying to get me. Oh my god. What the hell? Get away from... Oh, what the hell? Oh my god. That was actually pretty fun. I'm going to try that again. Alright, I killed some creatures and got... What a... Oh! That's what it's like when I get electrocuted. Just like that. We're gonna see if we can, Oh! I died again. What the hell? Oh, God. Oh! Oh! This is so easy to die. I got 805 points. Alright, we're gonna try this again. Gotta kill these creatures right here. They almost kind of look, I don't know, they look like plant-looking creatures. It's definitely something that's from out of this world. Look at that. So definitely you must survive. We don't even know what the hell planet we're on. We know we're inside of a space cavern of some sort. And remember, this is the game that Apollo was depending on to get themselves out of debt. So yeah, this was the hit by Apollo. This was the game that was supposed to help them get out of the millions of dollars of debt. Oh! Oh my God! Oh, I got him! Got him! Oh my God! Whoa! I almost got hit again. I must say, this is actually pretty fun. It's definitely delivers. Good job, Apollo. Oh! What the hell is that? It's so hard to shoot sideways. That's one thing that you guys have to understand here. I do suck at playing these games. I have fun playing these games, but it's definitely not easy to shoot sideways. Shooting upwards is fine. Oh wait, I kind of get it now. No, I don't get it. If you push down on the controller, you actually shoot sideways. That's weird. Oh, I get it now. Huh, that's so weird. So if you push up on the controller, you shoot left, and you push down, you shoot right. That's so weird. I didn't know that. Now I do. Now it's much easier to play. See, the cool thing about playing Atari games is most likely you probably can just pick them up and play it and figure it out. You know, there's only one button and a joystick, so eventually you're going to figure it out. So let's see if we can score higher. Right now we're at 4,000 points. We're doing pretty good. See if we can get to 5,000 points. Yeah, check that out. Take that, you son of a bitch. Killing all these alien bastards like I'm Duke Nukem. I still can't get over that little guy down there. He doesn't look like a space. I mean, he really doesn't look like he's a space guy. It looks like he's dressed in like a karate suit or something like that. That's the first thing that came to my mind. It's actually a pretty fun game. It's not bad. And if you guys are familiar with Space Cavern, I'm not, you know, I guess it's sort of like Space Cavern. I'm not sure. It's like Space Invaders type thing, but, you know, not quite the same layout. I think that has something definitely going on here. It's actually pretty fun. What do you guys think? Now, what do you guys think about the Atari VCS? See, at the time I'm recording this, it's at the beginning of June. I just pretty much saw a lot of news on the Atari VCS actually being crowdfunded now, and it's already way surpassed $2 million. And they were only asking $100,000, so they're like over 3,000% above what they were asking. I mean, I think that's pretty freaking big. I mean, there's already a huge following for this console. And it's definitely going to be a very interesting thing. I definitely support it. I like Atari. I'm looking forward to the VCS. Now let's continue playing Space Cavern. I have yet to die. So far, this game has become easy once I figured it out. I think out of all the Atari games that I've played, this one, oh my god, that came out of nowhere. I have not lasted this long in the game. So this might be a record. It's probably best to stay in the middle of the screen because those little ground bastards, goblins, I don't know what to call them, but they come out of the sides and they will get you. So let's see if we can take all these guys out right here. Look at that. We're doing pretty good so far. We're almost at 10,000 points. This is... Oh, I'm at 10,000 points. This is a record. Oh my god. Oh! Well, that's Space Cavern on the Atari 2600. It's actually a pretty fun game. Not bad. Made by Apollo. This might have been one of their last games. They actually dissolved soon afterwards. And it's unfortunate. The game was actually pretty fun. So stay tuned if you enjoyed this episode. Please do give a thumbs up and comment down below. And yeah, stay tuned for more episodes of Memory Lane on the Atari 2600. And soon enough, I'll be doing the Memory Lane episodes on NES and Genesis and Super Nintendo. And on today's episode, we're playing Marine Wars for the Atari 2600 Junior. And Marine Wars was released in 1983, pretty late in the Atari 2600 Junior's lifespan. And you can see by the label right there, it says Marine Wars. This Konami video game cartridge 011. It has some weird binary coding right there. 011 indicates that's the third cartridge that Konami released. It's for use with the Atari video game system and Sears Video Arcade. I guess in this game you control like a war vessel boat, and you have to shoot down other boats or something similar to that. I have to check that out. But first, look at the label art. You see the helmet right there with all the war going on. It looks actually pretty cool. And the Marine Wars logo has like nice raster-looking graphics. And the end label, it's not cheap. It has the same Marine Wars logo with the raster-looking graphics and the Konami logo right there in the corner. You have the Konami logo right there on the bottom of the cartridge also. And the cartridge is definitely molded differently than your normal Atari cartridge. It looks a little bit cooler. So let's pop in Marine Wars and let's check this game out. Right there on the first try, you can see Marine Wars works with no problem. And we're greeted right away by a little sample of what appears to be a massive war going on. Look at this. Where the war vessel right there got sunk down to the bottom of the river or whatever it's going on here. I have no idea, but it looks... You have the copyright Konami 1983 at the bottom of the screen. You have like what appears to be like a little mounting, or it looks like a little island off in the distance, and it looks like that boat keeps sinking lower and lower into the water. That's not good. It looks like we have a bunch of enemies shooting. So let's try the game out. We're using a real Atari controller. Alright, we got some pretty cool sounding music right there. Let's see if we can... Oh, that was cool. The screen flashed like all different crazy colors and the explosion effects. Oh my god, look at that. Oh my god. The explosion effects are awesome. Look at the Atari explosion effects. Watch this. Oh, come on. Shoot him. Shoot. Bam! Look at that. That's cool. That is awesome. Got 400. Oh my god, he shot me. Yeah, this is a cool game. I liked it so far. So, the goal is pretty obvious. You have to shoot down all these, the enemies right here that are trying to shoot you. And try not to get shot. It can be a little tedious at times. I like it that the missile kind of shoots off in a distance, so you have like a little perspective that's not quite like your normal, what the hell is that? So it's not quite your normal like 2D perspective, and that is really cool. You have actually a nighttime mode, which actually this is like one of the first games where you have daylight and nightlight. And you have to try to take a guess at where things are. You can barely see them, but you can kind of see them, but not quite. Let's see if we can. You have to take a guess at this point. I mean, look at that. I got shot. So, there is no black and white mode in this game either, so that's one thing. Oh! Oh, I thought I got shot. I'm doing pretty good so far. I'm shooting guys off in the distance in the dark. I don't know how the hell I'm doing that. Oh, I got shot. I should have kept my mouth shut. Oh, I got shot again. So you have to watch out. These missiles are a little dangerous at night. You can't see them. It's a very, very unique game mode here. This is like the second level and you're shooting missiles off in the dark. And the only way you can see is by explosion, which is quite realistic. So kudos to Konami. On the primitive Atari 2600 hardware, they try to make a really realistic aspect to an arcade game here. That's actually pretty cool. And it looks like we don't quite have radar as far as I can see, and I tried to play with the switches. I don't think there's radar in this game, but you pretty much have to take a guess, and pretty much you barely see them, but they are there. You can see like a little bit of gray floating around. Got one guy right there. Got it. Oh, what the hell? I got hit. Yeah, one of my favorite parts of this game is the explosion effects are pretty awesome. Oh, I got hit. And that would be it. Let me try this one more time. Was there another game mode? What's we got? So there's 2 game modes. I wonder if that's 2 players. I got hit right away. Damn. So you can see at first the missile shoots off fast, and once it gets to the distance it slows down. Quite realistic. So off in the distance it's going to go slower. So it gives you that like perspective, like it's not quite 3D, but it's like it's really going off in the distance. Alright, so it appears that this is a 2-player mode, so right now I'm using the other controller I have hooked up here. This controller is a little bit more not cooperative. See how I do with this one. You can see it's a lot more clicky for some reason. You can actually hear this thing. This thing's loud as heck compared to the other controller. I'm not sure how at 2 different Atari controllers. They look the same, but they're different on the inside, and this one's like much more clickier. Alright, so now we have to go back to player 1 controller. Oh! Getting destroyed. There's also a couple of switches on the back of the console that may make the game easier or harder. I'm not exactly sure. I don't have any of the manuals on the game, which is probably the case for most of the games I own. But quite often I get comments down below that tell me that, oh, you're playing the game on hard mode. That's the reason why you suck. Or something similar to that. Sure, it's understandable, I guess. Let me see. What the hell is that? Is that God's... What is that? Is that Godzilla? What the what is that? Is that like the Loch Ness Monster or something? That is bizarre. I've never seen such a thing before. There's like these weird green things coming out of nowhere. I'm not sure what that is. For a second, that was a head and a little bit of a tail that's popping out. And I honestly thought it was Godzilla for a second. I was like, oh shit, Godzilla. Alright, I switched controllers. Too late, I died. Oh, here we go. It's that Monster Island off in the distance. We have Godzilla showed up to take care of business. Got sick of all the explosions. You can actually hit the missiles too. Check that out. That was actually pretty cool. Oh no! Switch controllers. This is definitely my better controller. It's quieter, and it has better handling for some reason. It's definitely a better 2600 controller. You would never guess. It looks pretty much the same as the other one, but it definitely play a little different. It's like no Atari 2600 controllers alike. They all have their unique personality. They look the same, but don't judge them. Let me see. Oh! Yeah, so this gets Marine Wars on the Atari 2600. It's actually not bad. It's one of 3 Konami cartridges that I own that are actually real Konami cartridges, not like, you know, Mattel or whatever other publisher. These are actually really published in... They're actual Konami cartridges. They look weird. They look cooler than normal Atari cartridges. The molding is different. They have binary little coding on the actual the cartridges, like 01, 001. It's pretty weird. I don't think there's a 4th one. If there is, just let me know, because I only found 3 of them, according to my research. It looks like I'm doing pretty good. What the hell is that? Oh, what the hell is that? And that is Marine Wars for the Atari 2600. So if you enjoyed this episode of Memory Lane, don't forget to comment down below and give it a thumbs up. And on today's episode, we're playing Spy Hunter for the Atari 2600 Junior. Now check out that artwork on the label right there. Holy crap, look at that. That looks awesome. It's like an action movie. You have like a car shooting out bullets. You have a boat blowing up in the background. There's a helicopter. Oh my god, look at that. There's a guy holding looks like some sort of gun right there. He has a cool looking jacket. There's a woman that he apparently saved in the background right there next to him. You have the Spy Hunter logo in blue letters. The Bailey Midway logo up there on top. And over on the right side, it says Atari 2600 incompatible. And down on the bottom of the cartridge right there, it says Spy Hunter is a trademark of Bailey Midway. So it was developed by Midway. Apparently it was published by Sega. And, this game supposedly came out in '83, but there is a copyright 1984 down there, which I'm not sure what that's all about. Maybe it came out in '84. On the back of the cartridge, you have a really cool looking Sega logo right there that's embedded into the plastic. That's pretty awesome. Look at that. That's a really nice Sega logo. Look at that. On the actual top of the cartridge, you have the Spy Hunter in blue letters and the Sega logo right there on the side. And you notice that the Sega logo is respectful, so quite a bit smaller than the Spy Hunter logo. Unlike Coleco, who likes to, you know, let's not go there. And the actual plastic molding on the cartridge is different than your normal Atari cartridge. It has weird handles on top. It's different molding. And my favorite part of it is definitely the Sega logo on the back of it. This particular cartridge goes for quite a bit of money on eBay. So it's definitely you cannot find this game for less than probably $50, unfortunately. Never played it, so we're going to play it right now actually. Let's pop this game into the Atari 2600 Junior and let's check out Spy Hunter. Well, as you can see here, as soon as we tried to play Spy Hunter, it looks like it gave us a lot of problems. Quite a bit of problems here. For some reason, I tried to clean this game several times, and it just doesn't work, and that's a shame. So I probably paid... You don't want to know. In fact, I was trying to collect all the Sega games that were on the Atari 2600, and it appears I tried all of them out here in this video, and I got, right now, 5 Sega cartridges, and only 2 of them work. So I never actually experienced that problem on any of the Atari cartridges before, so I'm assuming that there's gotta be some sort of defect with these Sega cartridges. It's kind of strange. At one point I thought I was going crazy trying this stuff out. So I dug in the closet and I dug out my old Atari 2600 console just to see if that would actually play these games. And it turns out, unfortunately, this console doesn't work. That really sucks. So I never actually used this console, and I never actually played with this old 2600. It's in good cosmetic shape, but apparently this doesn't turn on. And the 2 cartridges that still work are Up and Down, which is quite the expensive cartridge itself, and Thunderground. So with that being said, instead of playing Spy Hunter, I guess we're going to be playing Thunderground. And you can see the label art right there. It looks like some sort of spaceship maze digging into the ground or something. I'm not sure what's going on there. You have all kinds of meteoroids. It looks like a maze. Get the Thunderground logo on top. Black letters. It's got the Sega yellow logo down there on the bottom of the cartridge. And this was actually developed by Sega and published by Sega. The end label is simple. It's white. Thunderground letters. Nothing fancy right there. On the back of the cartridge, it has the same Sega molding as it did with the other 4 cartridges I have here. It's a shame that most of these cartridges don't work. I just don't get it. So let's pop in Thunderground and let's play this instead. Alright, so right there on the first try, Thunderground works with no problem, unlike the other 3 cartridges we have there. Mine is up and down also works, but never played this before. So let's check this out. Let's see if we can get this working. So here we go with the fart noises. Alright, let's see if we can turn the volume down a little bit. That's quite the loud noises you got there. So it looks like it appears that we're digging underground. That's what it looks like to me. I'm not sure what the hell's going on here, but let me see if we can figure something out here. Oh my god, what the hell is that? So apparently you have to dig through the ground, and then you have to go up and shoot those little things up there. Like that. I tell you, the graphics actually look really cool. Especially when you shoot the those things on top. Look at that. That looks pretty cool. Oh my god. The graphics look really unique. I'm not sure what it is about. What the hell is that? So I never actually heard of this game before, but apparently it's some sort of... Oh crap, this thing's coming after me. Oh, it hits me. What the hell is that? It almost kind of reminds me of, not quite, but Combat and Frogger combined together, if you can even imagine that. It's kind of a weird combination, but if you combine those two together, that's kind of like what we're getting here. So just like Frogger, you have to make it to the top of the stage up here. You have to get those items up there. In this case, you have to shoot them. And Frogger, you have to land on top of them, but it's not the case in this one. We got 4,200 points. The explosion effects are pretty cool. And the ground... I don't know what happened there, but the ground effects are actually pretty cool. It almost has like that shadow-looking effect. So it has like depth to it. It's kind of strange. It looks really unique. Alright, we have these little vehicles running across the road right there. Sometimes I think that the poor quality RCA, or not RCA, RF signal from the Atari 2600 actually enhances the picture. And like in this case, it actually looks like it adds depth to the actual textures, the green textures. It kind of pops. It's quite interesting. Oh god, what the hell is that? Alright, so we have this guy right here. We have to shoot that guy. Oh my. So the whole object is just to shoot those 5 little things on the top of the screen right there. We got one more left. And the game does sort of get a little bit harder as you go. So I'm at like almost 15,000 points right here. This is actually a pretty good game. I mean, it's a real shame that the other Sega cartridges don't work for some reason. I don't know what the heck is up with that. I never had that problem before. And the Spy Hunter game, I paid quite a bit for that game. I think I paid probably over $35 for that game. And it sucks that it doesn't work. I just don't get it. I mean, at this point, I'm assuming that those particular Sega cartridges, for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's the way the circuitry and the boards or something. I have no idea, but maybe there's some sort of defect on those cartridges. Because I never had that problem with Activision cartridges or pretty much anything else for that matter. It's quite unique. The only other problem I've ever had with cartridges was a Xenix cartridge, but it was European, so the game actually worked, but it was just European. That was the only. Oh crap! Look at this. All right, this is a unique portion of the game right here. So instead of shooting whichever one you want to shoot, it gives you one by one which one you have to shoot, which is quite interesting. These guys are very sporadic too. They're coming out of nowhere. Oh. Alright, I got like maybe one more to go maybe? I have no idea. Let's see if we can get up there and shoot that one. Oh no. Alright, that's it for that game, I guess. I got what appears to be a game over. I got 26,000 points. Got Sega 1983 rolling up in the center of the screen right there. Got a copyright. And, yeah, that's Battleground on the Atari 2600. It's unfortunate that Spy Hunter doesn't work. If you guys ever encountered any issues with Sega cartridges on the Atari 2600, let me know down below. So it's the first time I've ever had that type of problem before, and I'm assuming that it's definitely a Sega cartridge issue. Because there's 3 out of 5 that are acting kind of strange. And once again, I never had that problem with other cartridges before. That's pretty weird. If you enjoyed this episode of Memory Lane, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and comment down below. Yeah, make sure you comment down below. Now let me know what consoles you want to see next on Memory Lane.